The vintage Lindsay bob is back. If Loverboy is doing that bad, I think we know who won the Spritz Wars. And we're in episode 2, and Ben is getting hotter. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
I get to do it today. Dives as deep as the bowls Amanda's got to pack to avoid banging Kyle. That's a deep-ass bowl of weed.
Oh, weed bowl.
I thought you said balls.
It's why I threw the last one in that because I was like, somebody's not going to know what the hell
Yeah.
my great Natalie is talking about. Speaking of the great
Nat's
Natalie,
over there.
we traded her in. We upgraded.
Yeah.
Natalie wanted to be a producer, so
Now we got 2 men in chairs happening.
I am a
two
woman.
men and a lady.
Yeah. We have a man-woman chair, a gay man-woman chair, and just a man-man chair.
A man chair.
Amen.
The bobs. I'm here for the bobs.
I love
her bob.
Clubhouse with a bob.
Like,
Yeah.
And Sierra with her bob.
Yeah, you
So
love
cute.
the bob.
Like, I'm like in the middle
As
of the
the
night.
kids call it,
this
She had a real bad situation with her hair dye, and she almost had a bob.
Who, Natalie?
Nat. So,
She's about to have another one tonight then, because I got to try that out.
when I was a little kid, my hair was straight and blonde, and then puberty happened, and the Italian genes really came out, and my mom had to keep my hair cut in a bob with bangs because my hair was so fine it would just break off. And everyone used to say, "Oh, it looks so cute. Why didn't you keep it?" I'm like, "Because I look like little orphan Annie now. My hair's so curly. If it was in a bob, it wouldn't be a good look." But I
It'd be
love a
tough.
bob.
Tough to measure that too, right? You get bouncy and
It shrinks
super
up.
short. Yeah.
Wait, I just want to say I'm having an amazing hair day, guys, and I need everyone at home to know that I know, but you can still feel free to compliment me.
Yeah. Fire away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the hair.
Thank you.
Good hair. Cute
Sometimes it
outfit.
just hits.
Better than Hubhouse's bob.
Oh my God, thank you.
And that's saying something.
That's huge. That's huge. That's huge.
Paris, you're hired. Okay, I also have another announcement to make besides the fact that I'm having a
We're
great
doing
hair
announcements
day.
now, everybody. Fast forward.
What are you,
to
Brittany from
minute
Salt Lake?
3.
Oh God, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I really love Carl. Like, I think his heart and soul is so good. I also think, I still do stand by the fact that I think he, is
We're
at
aligned.
least bi.
We're aligned.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. We're aligned.
His clothing recently has been very
It's gay as the
a
day.
little fruity, as they would say, as the
Who,
kids are
West
saying.
or Carl?
Carl.
Carl. Yeah, that little sweater. vest.
Yeah, and that little
Shirtless
mint
knit vest.
Yeah.
The knit with the cream border when he was talking to
Yeah.
Kyle, or trim rather. Here's the thing. I love him so much, and he seems like such a nice guy that I'm gonna try really hard to not say anything critical of Carl because I'm really rooting for him, and I feel like I was very hard on him last season.
Well, I'm excited to listen to his podcast. He just launched the podcast, and I feel like it's going to be good.
Okay,
His
let
first
me know.
guest, somebody was in the comments.
Yeah.
His first guest was Kyle,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Great podcast, really good."
Yeah, it seemed
then-
very engaging.
Yeah.
Carl seems to be really good in this space, I feel like.
Okay, that
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised to hear that. 'Cause
I think
you
it's
never
called,
know.
his thing is More Life.
Yes.
I think it's called More Life with Carl or something.
yeah.
It
Okay,
looks
great.
good. He had his mom on.
I love his mom.
I love his mom. Shout out Sharon. I really love Carl. I want the best for him too, whether he is, what did you say, gay, straight, bi,
Bi,
tie,
tie, yeah.
something, whatever. But he to me, like when he's interacting with Sierra and the new girls, it's how I interact with my girlfriends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like there's not a sexual energy behind it with him. And maybe he is just asexual, perhaps.
Possibly.
Like he could not even be on that part of the spectrum.
Listen, there's something that
He is a runner.
So
that's
you
good,
know
Mike.
my
He hasn't put his finger on it yet.
Yeah.
We have our feelings on
Yeah.
what it is. Obviously, whatever your sexual orientation is, it's not a critique on how anyone wants to
never.
live their life. I think last season I was very nervous about Soft Bar.
Yeah.
And this year I'm happy that, okay, Soft Bar, great. Is it launched?
It's
But can
been
we-
launched and it looks like they're doing a lot of like fun stuff. Like they do
Okay.
a lot of activations, a lot of collabs with like other beverage companies and influencer stuff. Like
Good.
It looks to be thriving. Whether he's paid himself back, that's the most important like part. If
feel
like
like
he's
that's
making a
gonna
profit now,
Take a minute.
it's probably gonna take a minute.
It's gonna
Can we
take at
call-
least into. I would say if he could do
Forever.
it after you
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
paying him back after himself
Yeah.
back after year 1, that would be
But
massive. I don't
Can
think
we
that'll happen.
can we
though.
start calling phase 1 Soft Bar Mobile?
Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah.
it was just
yeah,
the
I
sprinter
kind of
van.
miss that van.
Yeah, so it's Soft Bar Mobile. We are into phase 2 though now, right?
Yeah.
Because don't they have
Yeah,
a
but-
brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know.
What
about
would
that.
phase 3 be then?
So phase 2 is Soft Bar brick and mortar.
yeah.
Phase 3 is
Soft
Get
Bar
Carl laid?
franchisee?
phase 3 is
Oh, I was thinking
franchisee.
get Carl laid.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's
That's a different
way
that's
down
a-
the road.
yeah.
That's phase
Yeah.
6, 7.
I think that's phase double digits.
That's
Okay.
that's phase going public. After phase going public. Yeah.
Slow your roll.
Phase going
Yeah,
public.
totally.
But he's so sweet at every turn. And granted, we've been only 2 seasons, 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
But even before,
But we've known him for 10 years.
We've known him for 10 years. And even before the episode started, you see anytime Carl is doing, if he's on Watch What Happens Live, if he's announcing his podcast, if he says, hey, the brick and mortar version of Soft Bar's opening, every single person from his cast is in the comments. This looks so cool. I love you, Carl. I'm so proud of you. You have to be such a good friend for everyone to rally around you like that, because I don't think they're doing that for Kyle.
Well, you've even said this before. Like, I'm in the comments. I look. I'm investigating.
Yeah.
Paige to this day is still in the comments. Like, so proud of you. Like, love you, Carl. So like, that's how you know. Like, he must be a really good friend.
Yes, and
If she's not even on the show and still.
Yeah.
100%. And I do feel like we are going to witness some healing, some non-sexual healing between him and Lindsay
For sure.
this season. And I also think that that's a testament to who he is and who she is as well. But like she never had this.
They've
this
both
issue.
grown a lot since they broke up.
Totally.
I think their breakup was the best thing that could have happened for both of them.
Totally agree.
Lindsay said so herself.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had Gemma if she didn't.
And I think motherhood looks very good. I mean, we'll get there, but I think motherhood looks very good on her.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I said, I wrote in the comments, like 8 seasons, hated her.
Yeah.
I would like skip her scenes.
Yeah.
And then last season when she was pregnant, loved her.
Same.
Just something switched and she just became so much more likable. She was no longer out for the girls. Like she wanted to like, and I think because she knew she was having a daughter, which was like the best part. Like she could no longer like have this animosity towards women because she was going to have a daughter.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I also think that the pregnancy laugh really won me over.
Yeah, no, I
So
love that
cute.
pregnancy laugh.
And Mike always says it. And Lindsay was the last person to get me because I had that experience with a lot of Bravo celebrities where Mike always says, everybody you love, you will hate. Everyone you hate, you will love. And there's definitely been people that like I love and I've never gone over to hating them. Maybe they've been like a little annoying, but I don't hate them. But I was standing strong on the fact that like I've just never gone over to the side with Lindsay where I've wanted to actually Courtney, if I ran into you in real life, I'd be like, oh my God, you're so cute. Whatever. And I'm there.
Yeah, no,
flipped.
we always agreed on that. Like I was like, oh, that'll never. Never thought it would happen. And I don't like. Obviously, pregnancy, Lindsay was great, but the thing that got me like to be like, oh, fine, was learning about her and her mom, how her mom and her didn't have a relationship, and that meant a lot to what her relationship was going to be with her daughter. That one got me, and I was like, fine, I'll pay attention. And then post last season, I was like, you know what? I actually did kind of start liking her, and now already this year, and
I'm
just in the
And
after
I'm
shows.
really
I'm
excited to see her on In the City.
Me
I'm
too.
like,
wait, but is Danielle going to be?
I hope not.
I think we've all had our predictions as to who's going to be. I really think it's just going to be the 3 of them, Kyle, Amanda, and Lindsay. And then maybe they'll like bop
Kyle?
in.
You think Kyle and Amanda will be doing? Oh, I guess it's already filmed.
They've shown footage of like the 3 of them as like the head runners of the show.
They filmed it
so-
after last year's Summer House, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
Like in
got
this
to
past fall.
Wait, so we're gonna see 2 more seasons of these assholes getting a divorce? I don't know if I can do that.
I can definitely
I'm
do
kind of in the middle because I feel already this episode, we'll get into it, but it was a little bit gnarly.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
gnarly.
But I think we'll get into it. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah,
Top of the
we
pop shit?
shall.
Okay. So we start with the end of that 4th of July party, which I think we can all agree that 4th of July party, the theme, the party itself, it was a banger.
One of the best that they've had in years.
I think so too. It looked really, okay.
I
dissent?
I didn't not like it, but
okay.
I think I'm having I couldn't, like, I hated the party last year, and then I was like, okay, fine. That was a sick ass party.
Which
bed
one?
party?
Snooze
Dead
Fest?
Bugs party.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that was so
one
good.
was
Yeah.
amazing. And then I feel like I can't recall them right now, but I do feel like there's been a few in the last couple of years. Like the animals were the best part, right? Like,
Yeah.
so that maybe puts it over the top, but
I thought the fake cow milking the White Russian was
yeah,
hilarious.
so no, that
Yeah.
was gross.
No, I thought it was funny.
I thought it was so funny.
I like the keg stands until Nadie and a few other people pointed out how dark it
Well,
was.
Timmy said
Timmy
was
said that
so
too.
dark, and
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Wait,
and
It
I
almost
didn't
looks
see
I
it.
like-
didn't understand. Dark what? Dark
just
fear?
like no.
Like internally dark.
Yeah, like emotionally dark.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, Kyle won the keg stand, woohoo, and Timmy was like,
Actually, that
not
was really
woohoo.
dark.
That was edited
Yeah.
to be a dark, like this is
Because
the
like Kyle
beginning
went
of the
way
end.
too hard, and he got the longest.
Yeah,
But here's the thing.
Run on the keg.
Whatever it was, Kyle would have taken it too far because that's where he's
Yeah.
at right now
Correct,
with his
correct.
drinking journey.
and that's
Right.
what kind of Timmy was. But I saw it as like party, good time still, and then he said that, and now I'm like, oh my god,
I agree
Kyle
with
is
him, yeah.
on the edge of the plank, about to jump into the ocean.
I'm not letting one bad keg stander ruin the keg for me.
How about
I
two
And
love
that
kegs.
said, that's always been
What?
Kyle.
I said,
since
how about 2 episodes?
that's
No, I just mean like the keg stand. I think is still a fun thing to have at a
Yeah,
party,
1,000%.
even if one person takes it too far.
and that's what we know Kyle to do.
Yeah,
Because
That is
whether it
his
was a keg
jam.
stand or something, a Jello
Yeah,
shot
sure.
or whatever, he was going to take it too far.
Yeah.
So and here he is taking it too far at
Yeah.
the top of the pops at the party. He gets so salty towards Amanda, who first of all wasn't skinny dipping. I get that a nude bra and underwear can look like you're not wearing anything, but she was wearing something. They always do skinny dip. They skinny dip on the show. They skinny dip in their real life. And he even said when they were in the confessional, he said, I know I have no leg to stand on here. And I think this is Kyle's problem writ large, where he's just so upset because things aren't going his way. And some of the things that aren't going his way, I have real empathy for. But the other stuff is self-induced. And the moral of the story, whether it's self-induced or it's just life is handing you a shitty hand right now, you have to move through it. Like you got to get help and you have to do better. And none of your actions are helping you do better.
I agree.
Like to pick a fight with your wife who is doing something that historically you guys have always done.
As tradition.
And you do it with her.
Yeah. You were the one who started it.
That's right.
yeah.
Like, so you can't
Yeah.
get mad at her. And so it's like, she's trying to have fun. You're the one saying summer should
To
be
be
fun.
fun, Amanda, not fun.
But he can't take it when the
Yeah.
attention's not on him.
Well, Lindsay made a great point. She goes, I've had a lot of experience raising man babies. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
So good.
I really don't think she was referring to Carl or whoever. I think she was like kind of referring to Kyle.
I think she was referring to all of them.
And she was definitely
Yeah,
referring to, but there was like, I immediately thought of like, I've had to deal with Kyle's temper tantrums for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And that was my first like, oh, she's talking about Kyle.
Yeah, I think he was definitely in the mix, but I also think it was every guy she's dated.
Yeah. That tends to be, which is why she's so good at motherhood.
That's exactly right.
Sorry, real quick. Nat, can you do me a favor? We have a producer now. This is awesome. You don't know. At this company, it is.
You don't know.
Yeah, producer, you're
We're
here
wearing
to.
all different hats.
Multi-
Yeah,
hyphenate.
exactly. You've clearly never been a producer for highbrow talent like
Right on
us.
set.
I'm gonna need a buble and then a computer because for some reason my notes aren't syncing.
Oh, thank you. After the 4th of July party ends, everyone's getting ready to, have a night out on the town. And I do think West is coming back into my good graces.
We are so back.
Listen, if
are
we
so
love
back.
him, then
No,
surely
no.
that means something.
This is what I just need the world to know, okay? I loved West so much on his first season.
Yeah.
I stan Sierra. And when I
yeah.
saw how hurt she got at his hands, obviously not really his hands, but by his action, it wasn't slapping her, but like,
Basically did.
by his actions, yeah, he emotionally slapped her. I was so angry with him because I fell for him hook, line, and sinker, and I felt like I was wronged. So I just couldn't get over it until I feel like now Sierra's getting over it and we're shifting because I am one with Sierra. If Sierra says it's okay, then I feel that it's okay. So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
The check-ins are gonna get like I'm already a hook, line, and sinker. Like I think I was the first one to kind of come back around on West, which is fair. I'm a dude, but I was like, I'm allowed to like somebody who did a bad thing. Was my realization of like he did a shitty thing. I can still like I was mad for a bit, and then I was like, dude, I can't quit you.
I literally
know.
can't quit you.
Yeah, I can't.
Even now, like his
he's gonna grow
outfits,
back
I
down.
love it. Like I was so mad about his outfits last year because
Really, I loved them.
No, meaning that because I was mad at him.
Oh.
I actually
You
loved
like
that
didn't want to love his
That's
outfits.
right. So I'm like,
okay,
you
I
look
get
so
it.
stupid.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I was so mad at him.
But, like,
But
kiss
now
me.
I can let my freak
Yeah.
flag fly and just be
Yeah.
like, I love the
I'm
fact
obsessed with him.
that he gives a shit
Yeah.
and that he has a point of view and he
Yeah.
dresses in a quirky way.
But it's not trying too hard.
No.
He's
I've
definitely got a vibe, a West Wilson vibe, but
Yeah.
I'm with Neddy on this
Like-
one. I'd still like, bro, come on. Like I like this. That okay, you
Yeah.
have a thing, but I'm also like,
Well,
that's a
so
silly thing.
from my understanding, I think he works at Complex, right? Which is that media corporation. I feel like he's probably just surrounded by a lot of like stylists all the time now. So I feel like he probably just like upped it, but then also like I feel like now that he's like back in Sierra's good graces, I don't know. I just feel like he's like kind of dressing more for
You're
her.
right. Getting animals, petting
Yeah.
zoo, and
I'm fine with that, with him dressing more for her, if that's true. But I do
think it
think
is.
that this is just something that is a part of him. Like, I think
Yeah.
he loves fashion.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
even if you're around a lot of stylists, you might not pick up on
Sure,
stuff.
sure.
And I feel like
He
this
has
is-
it.
He has it.
Yeah, for sure.
Kid's got it.
For sure.
And I'm obsessed with the check-ins. Like, he
Yeah.
is a good friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
agree.
mean? Even when you would see him last season trying to talk to Jesse with stuff like, this is why we all fell in love with him, because he's a communicative dude. And to see a straight guy who knows how to communicate well, and listen, he was stumbling all over himself last year when it came to Sierra. He didn't know how to be an adult and say, I'm sorry or whatever. But like when he's relaxed and he's not in the doghouse, he is a good communicator, I think.
I agree.
how old is West? Do we know?
He's a year older than me, so I think he's 31.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Because he's just like 3 years older than Sierra. They're close in age, which I liked for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, Harris and I have a theory that they're together now. And
Well,
like,
after the Super Bowl picks that I saw,
you don't think?
no, I do.
Oh, I was going to say, no, that solidified it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They
yeah,
did.
they are so together.
Did you guys watch the Super Bowl?
No, of course not.
I might have been the only one here.
Go Seahawks.
Okay, dude.
Were they in it?
I guess.
No, go Seahawks.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We're
this
gonna get in a
is-
fight.
Yes, we're in a fight right now. But I'm gonna be cool about it.
Fired.
No. So the Super Bowl is a whole day. It's a whole day of festivities and how everyone got to the Super Bowl. It's fantastic. You watch 8 hours of bullshit to watch a football game. But one of the things that they had was this boat out in the bay, and it was like reality superstar ship or whatever. So it was like one of those boats that you would take out to Alcatraz or something.
Yep.
And West was out there, and some people from the villain. What's that
Traders?
show?
Traders.
Not Traders. It's like reality villains or whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But yes, I
Yeah,
can't
that
remember.
other show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other show, right? That's fair. We'll call it that. But they were all doing little activities and whatnot. So they would cut out to this boat, and a bunch of them. Kyle was there, DJing.
Yeah, DJing. Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty funny.
That sounds adorable. Okay, so now we're out to dinner. Everyone's having drinks before we sit. Kyle decides to confide in these guys about the fact that him and Amanda don't really have a sex life anymore, and she's always getting stoned at night, and everything's kind of a mess in their apartment. Things that seem important to maybe say to her, not on camera.
And she said that to him. She said, "You're saying all of these things to everybody else, but not to me as the person who matters."
And this is what I said 2 seconds ago about Kyle. it's like some of the things, yeah, life's handed you a shitty hand right now.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, you could do something about that, but
Yeah.
you're your own worst enemy right here.
And I think he justifies his poor treatment of people, but specifically Amanda, just because of like, I work so hard, like I make everything happen, like
100%.
we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And so he uses that as a really bad justification for not telling her how he feels about things because he's too busy, he's working too hard to make things happen. And it's like, we're all busy. We're all
working
busy.
hard.
That doesn't allow you to not communicate with your wife.
Correct.
Totally correct. And are we going to skip over just the fact that Ben might be a virgin?
Oh,
He's not a virgin.
He didn't say he
did
wasn't.
you look in those eyes, Mike?
But he also said he's from a churchy family and no sex before marriage.
sex,
Like
yeah.
he made a point of it, and then
But
no giggle or nothing,
I got
which
the sense
fine.
that maybe
like,
he like stepped away from that a little bit.
Same.
Possibly, like maybe he's a little bit more like reformed in that way.
Yeah, I think it's just like this is where he came from, so he still has the hard wiring.
But it still has the
like,
values. But
yeah, like I don't talk about certain things, or I get
Yeah.
embarrassed when people are.
yeah, he said he's very private,
Yeah, so good.
that was funny.
That was good.
very private
But
person.
I know, I think he's boned.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, look at that face.
Listen,
Oh my God!
I
If
would
he
probably-
hasn't been, call me.
Yeah.
It's been
Like
a
and
long
subscribe.
time, and I'm ready
Get
to
on the
like and
telly.
subscribe, Ben. So I think what
Yeah, Ben
that
has a
doesn't
boo.
mean she could be churchy. That means nothing.
Yeah.
If they're not married, he could be
It
saving
means
himself for
something
Jesus.
for me. It means I'm not going to be boning Ben. anytime
Listen, I
They might need
didn't
a
have
third.
sex until I was very much older because during my time when the boy is supposed to be banging, I was a churchy kid, and I was
I
like,
didn't have sex
I'm
till I
saving
was
myself
older.
for Jesus.
And I wasn't saving myself for Jesus.
Well,
And me too.
I just knew if shit went left, I was not capable of handling it
yeah,
because women are saddled with more responsibility than dudes are.
this is true.
Wait, does
But-
Natalie, does Ben have a girlfriend during the season?
That I don't know. I know that he took it off show for Christmas.
Okay, well, I am not appreciative of
He's
when.
boned.
She's really pretty.
She is really
She's really
I'm
pretty.
sure.
handsome looking.
Harris, you got to send me a picture of this.
Oh,
girl.
sorry, I wasn't.
You're
I wasn't
sleeping
doing.
on
I know.
the
I'm
research.
so sorry. I'm fired.
Kidding, just kidding.
Anyways,
Harris just sends me everything. He's the only reason I know anything.
3 a.m.
back to Colin, Amanda. I'm getting this. I get this, and I don't know if this is just a me thing or if this is like no, that's a normal thing. In long relationships, like something happens one day, and nobody talks about it, and then like a week later, the other person maybe does a thing, and then like 2 weeks later, that person does a thing, and then you're 10, 15 years down the road, and you're like, I don't remember what we're fighting about. I don't know who started the thing. I don't know who didn't talk to who about a thing that person did. And now we're just playing tic-tac back and forth with all this shit. And then it gets to this point where people start to give up and quit and just abandon relationships and then start that like the blaming and the like, oh, I'm just going to smoke weed and forget about it because I asked him to do these two things and he went full on in the other direction. He thinks it's because, oh, I need a job and she doesn't care. So like these little things have morphed into these gigantic things. And I keep getting this from them that like, if they had a time machine to kind of go back to step one and talk about that, then they could get through everything. But it's like clearly too late, I think.
You know, it's like your body. You can't just work out 1 year and then 5 years later think you're going to look the same. So I don't know why.
You don't know.
You
don't know.
Trust me. Oh, I do. You can't. And I just think that it's whether the relationship is whether you're going to stay with this person forever, it's important to constantly be like communicating and doing
nurturing
these
that
tune-ups
relationship,
and
yeah.
nurturing the relationships
Yeah.
and maybe going to therapy with your partner and talking about these things so it doesn't get to the point where like I'm just zoning out because I've given up because I feel so beaten up.
Well, I just feel as equally as exhausted as both of them because we've been dealing with this for 10 years.
But it's coming to a head.
It is coming
for
to a
me,
head.
I'm not exhausted anymore because I know there's going to
But-
be an end to this.
Yeah, but we have to admit that like all the girls sat Amanda down and were like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Like they all were like, "You guys aren't really that compatible." Not really saying this, but they basically alluded to the fact that like you guys aren't really that compatible. And then in the coming attractions, we see Kyle saying, "We have a compatibility problem." Blah, 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 blah. And he's right. They are each other's like mirror.
There's that. And then I think either right before last week's episode or right after. Natalie sent me a YouTube thing that someone put together that was like basically their story from like season 1, season 2, season 3, and they did little tidbits.
I saw it edited as a horror story.
I think either way you look at it now, it's a horror story. Yeah. But I didn't realize they got engaged so fast. Season 3, they were engaged. That's crazy.
Yeah. Going from like late night booty call season 1 to engaged season 3.
Yeah, pretty bunkers. Yeah. And season 2 was the whole like, I think I cheated on some, like he didn't remember it, but he cheated on her.
I did not remember they got engaged season 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then in this episode, Carl was like, I mean, I've been hearing this same shit for 3 or 4 years.
More than that.
Well, that's what he said. Yeah. And my reaction was like, well, wait a minute. They've been married 4 years. Yeah. So like definitely more than that. But if you've had that, like the whole time they've been married, so they got married, had a literal honeymoon, and then it was straight into this.
When Carl's
not shocking because, like you said, even looking back, I think her thing too though might have been the number one guy. Like I'm gonna get the number one. It's like it's a weird like I'm gonna marry the CEO rich guy because I know I'm gonna have or girl, like either way. But like if you marry into money or into power, then you're good. You're taken care of. And I think it was a weird that kind of situation for her.
Yes. I also think, and I've said this from jump, they had a great sex life. I think that when they were having sex, I think their chemistry was fantastic.
Yeah.
Remember, like
into a lot of trouble, kids.
Early seasons, they used to like
in the closet, like they just
like
really?
They were hot for each other.
They were so into each other.
That's awesome.
You know, Amanda said something after when she walks over and KJ, I love you. I don't know why you said that though. It was just like, hey Amanda, we're not talking about you at all. It was just so obvious, but so, and it sucked because you saw Amanda going over, like putting her best foot forward, wanting to engage, and it just went so bad so quickly, which is just how everything is going this summer. It doesn't matter if she's sitting outside on the furniture, like.
Well, what are you talking about when she went from the girls and Ben's table over to Kyle and the boys?
Yeah, like it didn't seem like she was going over there to pick a fight.
But she definitely was like, "Oh, they're talking about me. I'm gonna go see what they're talking about."
I think remember
like
she was like hiding and trying to be silly.
Yeah,
and then she heard what they were saying. She's like, "What the."
Right.
Yeah, no, I thought she was just trying to go over to be cute. I don't think she was going over there to be like, they're talking about me.
But she said it to them. Like, she kept looking over and was like, what do you think they're talking about? They're probably talking about me. I'm going to go find out.
Catch that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I believe you.
Yeah, same. I missed that also. Yeah. Harrison and I were watching the same.
The same experience.
Yeah. But she said something that I was just like, I feel that, not currently in my life, but like I have felt this way, where she goes, I just feel like it's so unfair because I've put up, hold on, what was her exact quote? I feel it feels unfair because I've put up with so much for so long, and all of a sudden he's acting like I'm ruining his life.
Yeah.
And it's true. She has put up with so much of his bad behavior, the drunken behavior, the falling asleep
cheating
in the chair, in the
allegations.
kitchen after everyone's gone to sleep, the multiple cheating allegations, like it. And she's taken him back, and she stood up for him when all of the girls are saying, don't marry this guy.
Yeah, she's ended friendships for him.
Correct. Yeah. With Hannah.
Yeah.
And she's had his back. And it's like, do I get no credit? Like, I've been such a good partner to you. I quit my full-time job to come be your creative director. And I think she's done a decent job. I mean, definitely. I'm not an expert in creative direction, but like, I think what she's done has been cute. And I just feel like she can't win for losing with him.
And I think he feels the same though, which I think is interesting.
Totally.
Again, I'll say it, like they are like committed to like misunderstanding each other.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Funny.
It's just so frustrating because not that I don't think, like when I saw pictures of that apartment, I'm like, girl, you gotta get to cleaning or hire a cleaning person. Like it was a mess, and I'm not okay with slobs.
Well, you will not be coming to my apartment anytime soon.
I am to my detriment, I am neat. And so seeing that, I can understand how Kyle gets really frustrated with it. And if it's her mess, I don't know why, like whoever's mess it is, they should clean it up. If it's his mess, he should clean it up. If it's her mess, she should clean it up. With that being said, her being messy is such a lesser of an offense.
It's like such low hanging fruit.
Than him falling asleep at a fan's house.
Correct.
Than him not coming home till 6 a.m. Than him getting so blackout drunk every time he drinks. Like I don't understand how he can't see this is a problem. Also, I'm a business owner. Like it doesn't bode well for me in the business world to look this chaotic. And it's just easier to get on her side for me because I think the two things she's asking for are actually things that would help him in life. And it's fair for her to want those things out of her husband.
I agree.
Is it fair to ask why she didn't not get married until that was this issue that was solved?
100%. It's fair to ask that.
Yeah.
There
And
you
I
go.
think other people had asked that.
Totally.
And
And and look, that's what is there for her to own. I think she just was really in love with him. They had so much going for them work-wise. And we say it all the time, like if you're on a reality TV show, the best way to be even more successful on a reality TV show is be on a relationship with someone else
on a reality TV show.
on or specifically on your show. Like that's great for business.
Would you have had a different? Because I was like, dang, Kyle should not be saying these things in this setting right now. But he should have somebody he could talk to about this kind of stuff. Which you would think, okay, maybe it's Carl in this situation. Had he been at that bar or wherever and just been like, you know what, never mind, I'm not gonna say anything, and then the next morning go get bagels with Carl and be like, yo dude, I need to talk this, and just kept that conversation going with Carl like it started last weekend when Carl went in to check in on him and be like, you know, I feel not responsible, but like if you guys are having a problem, I officiated your fake wedding, like
to help you.
Yeah. Like how different would that have made that scenario?
It would have made it way different, but not different enough to have solved the problem in the sense that Kyle needs to be talking to his wife and they need to be in therapy. Of course, I always think you should have a friend that you confide in because you have to be able to, what is that, like pain shared is halved? You have to be able to like share your burdens with other people because it's for your mental health. Like I say this all the time. One of my best friends, Melanie, we go for walks at least once a week. And we call the walks therapy because after I've vented about whatever's going on in my life, after she's vented, the load just feels lighter. And you're like, okay, I can now deal with this in a different way. But Melanie and I are also people who are, in addition to that, in actual therapy, not like ChatGPT therapy. And I think that Kyle is not realizing you need to be in therapy singularly. You and your wife need to be in therapy together. And then yes, if Carl is your vault, if that's the one person or one of the 3 people in your life that you're going to with all this stuff, of course confide in him.
And what a great person to go to.
Probably the best person in
yeah.
your life. And I haven't even met everyone in your life. And I could say he's the best person in your life to go to. It's just a bummer that he doesn't realize you need to be learning how to communicate with this stuff with your wife. Because she's the one that you have this issue with.
But this is what I mean and I don't know if this is the case. And I'm so on the fence with both of them. I've loved both of them. I was like, no, Kyle, make it work. Like I want to see you guys. I want to see.
They were my favorite Bravo couple.
Me too.
I know,
for
me too.
years.
I love
Yeah.
that.
And I'm always like I used to get so mad at, there was like a run a long time ago of like every TV show was about somebody cheated on their wife or their husband or whatever. Every movie was about the cheating. And I'm a big fan of cheaters, but so I got so fed up and I was like, I just want to see the movie where they don't cheat. Where's the movie where the guy says, you know what? I am married. I'm going home. Where's the movie where she's like, this, don't like, where's that movie? Right? Does that movie not exist anymore? And so I was that way with these two. I was like, I want to see the show where they work it out. I don't want to see 2 more seasons of a breakup in the making that is already done. Like we already know it's done. We've said whatever. I know some people are like, no, it's fake, and it could be. But as far as we know, it's not. So like I was so rooting for the like, no, make it work. So I'm on the fence with both of them, and then I read some comments where they're like, no, this is Amanda has a lot to do with this, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know whose side I'm on anymore. But the whole like him not talking to her, yes, he needs to be talking to her, but like it seems like whether it's true or not, he has tried, but she had already
She's so
given
far
up.
gone.
Right. And that's the whole like who started this fight? We don't know. It started 10 years ago and here we are at the end. But she gave up 2 years ago and he started wanting to talk 20 months ago. Right. But she was already like, yeah,
I
no,
think
dude.
it was Shannon Fall that said like she's been checked out since season 8 or
Totally.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
You know how she knows? Because she's so calm.
Yeah.
She used to be so neurotic and like on
So
Kyle's
crazy.
ass about everything. And she just kind of was just like,
When she even said it the last episode where she was like, I used to text him, he wouldn't come home. I would
Yeah.
up all night. I was
Yeah.
doing the thing that I was joking about
Crash
Natalie
out, as
being
they
in
say.
bed under a pile of clothes. But like, yeah, full crash out. And now she's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And like, oh,
and
that's
then
not
she
good.
smokes a bowl and leaves
Yeah.
a mess and just like, hey,
I
welcome
don't
home.
fucking care.
Because
Yeah.
straight dudes don't get this, or most straight dudes don't get this, that a woman will try and try and try. She's at the point where she shouldn't even be trying anymore, and she's probably trying even harder. And then one day she wakes up and she's just like,
No.
I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I have run the race for me and for him. I've run the race with him on my back, with him holding on to my ankles, and I am so over it. And short of like you having a complete lobotomy and completely changing who you are, because that's what it would take. I'm just trying to map out how to get out of this, because there is just no way that you are changing. And I'm not going to try to do it anymore, because I've put in more effort and energy into this relationship than you have. And it's never been appreciated. And you've never met me halfway, and I'm over it.
And in the great words of the band Cinderella, don't know what you got till it's gone.
Isn't that Joni Mitchell?
I'm sure Joni Mitchell sang those words, but Cinderella,
Iconic.
dude, so
I don't know
iconic.
who Cinderella is, but it's
Oh my
in,
God.
it's
we're
definitely
all
a
in a
Joni
fight
Mitchell lyric.
now.
Pave paradise to put up a parking lot. That's from that song.
But she says, don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, she goes,
Oh,
you
don't-
don't
yeah.
know what
Yeah, she
you
got
got.
it.
till
But
it's
this,
gone."
that's right. The Cinderella version. Sorry,
Okay.
Joni Mitchell is so much better.
Joni, I got you. It's not. Also, if you're watching, I'm obsessed with you. Anyway, so when we get home, we see obviously Carl is hammered. Not Carl. God forbid. God forbid. No.
Carl's not
Kyle. Kyle. I take it back. Kyle is
Don't sue.
hammered, and Kyle's hammered, and Carl does say in his confessional, he's like, I want to help so badly, because even though I've seen this behavior for the last few years, and if he's being honest, probably the entirety of their relationship, it feels markedly different now, and it's just a bummer.
It's like tangible. You could like cut it with a spoon.
Yeah. Okay, so then we wake up the next morning, and Carl, the household mensch, hey guys,
Who
Chipper,
wants a bagel?
gonna go get bagels. Who want, like, Carl, I want a bagel. Like, he's
Yeah.
so sweet.
And do you want me to take my pants off too? Or
Yes is the answer. If it's you, probably not me. Just kidding.
well, we don't know.
We don't know. Although I think I know.
But like, if a man offered me a bagel,
Same.
like instant.
Same.
We used to have Donut Mondays and Bagel Wednesdays at our office, and we don't have that anymore. What's
Hey,
up?
well, you know what? Bagel Showmance days.
Oh, yeah, let's do
that's
bagel
true.
and
We
donut
should.
days
We
here.
need to do morning shows. I thought he was gonna run to the bagel store, and I was it. I was gonna be done. I was like, nope, can't do it, Carl. F off. But thank
If
God,
he did run to the bagel store, I would have peed my pants.
I would have peed on the TV.
Can we not? Can we not say the R word? It's like stressing me out.
It's good.
Oh, run.
It's a trigger
Yeah.
word. Yeah. That's true.
After
you.
that, though, like we see Bailey and Levi in bed chatting about how cute they think Carl is, how super cute they think that Ben is. And here's the problem. And this is also why, like, I feel my ball bounce theory is holding true here, where Ben, there's that vibe when you're chatting with Ben. When you're talking to Carl, it just feels like, oh my God, you're my best gay friend. And I
Yeah,
love you
correct.
so much. And I feel like even though Carl's so handsome and he's so fit and he puts himself together really nicely, all those, and he's got the best personality or like, attitude, whatever in the house, very healthy mentally. It's just not, he's not a
Well,
panty dropper for these
Carl,
chicks.
I say like but like Carl asking you for a bagel, that's him asking you if you want a bagel. Ben asking you if you want a bagel, that's asking them if they want his kids.
Yeah.
You know, like
You want a bagel?
you want a bagel?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I agree.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah.
One's just like true consideration, and one is trying to bang.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also am wondering, we got to learn, and we'll get there, we got to learn a little bit more about Bailey this episode. And I really like these two girls. They seem super sweet. They seem not and I don't have anything against influencers. I just mean like we have issues when it feels like someone is such an influencer and they've joined the show
last season
because of, not even because of last season. It just feels a little off. Like I think we just want a different journey for Summer House for some reason, because we didn't love that Lexi was a big influencer. Or I
also,
didn't.
care.
Paige was one of the OG influencers. She was an influencer before influencer was even a job category.
Yes,
But
but
she
didn't.
wasn't. She faked it.
She faked it,
Did
yeah.
a whole thing about how she was like, I had 2,000 subs when I started Summer House. I just like faked the whole thing until it became a thing. But fake it till you make it. I don't have a problem with influencers at all. As a matter of fact, one of my notes when they went back to the city 15 minutes into this episode, that like we need to stop shitting on influencers because that's a job. That is a full-blown job. It's work. You got to get up. Trust me, this shit is hard enough. These dudes are out and about, and the phones and the thing, and this way and that way, and 16 different variations, and you got your friends helping or your employees helping. Like it is a full-on situation. And if you're
gonna
making
bring more viewers to the show based off their audience,
but if you're
100%.
making enough money to pay your rent and your bills, and you're taking your boyfriend on vacation, that's a job. That is a full-blown job.
It is a full-time job, and I have no qualms with anyone that has influencer or anything like that as a job. I think where I get nervous, and maybe this is a better way to say it, when an influencer joins a show like Summer House, I get a little nervous that we're not going to get
their authentic self.
Yeah.
Because they're always on.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I think from jump, we're seeing
fear.
that is not the case with Bailey. I think she's opening up in the most beautiful way.
She cried at the first dinner. Like
Which
she's
I'm
so
queer
she's
for.
so transparently herself.
And I love
which
how
I love.
that. And she'll say things to you'll be sitting right there, and she'll be like, "Oh my God, Harris, he's so cute. Am I right? Those eyes are killing me." And you're like, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You know, but so it's like, I like that part of like her secrets are just totally out in the open for everyone to hear, especially the person that she's talking about. I don't mean she's secretive, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone else is like sneaking back and being like, "Oh my God, PPP." And she's like, "Can you hear me? Cool. Listen up."
Yeah.
I love this dude.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
The only thing that worries me about these two is that we did get a lot more information about Bailey. We didn't get a lot of information about Levi, and it's feeling reminiscent of getting a lot of information about Lexi and not getting any information about the old Bailey.
Yes.
Bailey
Which like
1.0.
it just, and then again, Bailey and Levi, I think I commented this. They do feel a little bit Hannah Page,
Right.
but like a more healthy version, like healthy in the sense of like less codependent on each other. Like they seem to actually want to be there.
Yeah.
Which I feel like even very early on, like Paige and Hannah were just like, this is like our like
Let's
summer
isolate in
god.
bed
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
It's
So
so
Paige
funny,
totally
that was-
didn't want to be there. That was her whole
No.
jam. She
Yeah.
called her dad to be like,
her
"I
dad
don't
literally
think
was
I
like,
wanna
go do this.
Yeah.
That was my note also.
Yeah.
Just thought that's interesting that we both
Yeah.
vibed that. And I hope
Yeah.
it's not the case because they
Right.
seem
I
super
don't think
sweet.
it will be. I think they seem they
Down to
want to
party.
be there.
Yeah.
They know what a great opportunity this is, as opposed to old Bailey, who was like, these losers.
And
Like,
Bailey was a huge influencer.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm talking about, where like that nervousness I was feeling was because
and
of
she
that.
probably didn't want to be on last season because she already has an audience, and she didn't want that audience commingling with like the Summer House audience, and she probably thought it was weird or whatever.
You mean her PR director thought
Her
it was
PR,
weird.
yeah. Her Natalie thought it would be bad.
Exactly, totally. I don't, and I hope this is true because I love laughing and funny people. But they said it in the last episode when Levi was in the thing with the corn hat on,
Yeah.
just having the animals eat
She
food.
got that little mark on her face from the goat.
Oh, did she? Is that what
Yeah.
that's from?
Yeah, the
That's
goat like
amazing.
stepped on her. or
Stomped on her.
something.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. But I do feel like she's super funny.
Me too.
She's
And
got to
I'm
be.
waiting for that
We're-
to
yeah,
just
we're gonna
start
get,
like-
popping.
yeah.
Same,
Agreed.
which
Yeah.
I'm excited about.
Yeah.
After that, we see Sierra jumps into bed with Jesse. Amanda joins and they start chatting. And then when Kyle walks over, Sierra has had it.
She has
with
a hard
Kyle.
on for Kyle.
Yeah.
And I have a note that like that scene and then at the dinner later on, I think she thinks she's being a really good friend to Sierra.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I think it's kind of like a catch-22. Like I think it might be hurting them more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can hurt them more. It's like
Okay.
the house is burnt down.
Sure,
You just torched the mailbox.
Okay.
Now I don't want to have to buy a new mailbox, but it was just the mailbox.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's helpful, but I don't think it's causing the demise of the relationship.
No,
It's
not
not
the
causing-
demise, but definitely
it's making the
adding
breakup
fuel to fire.
Yeah, it's gonna make. I agree. I think, and I didn't think about this until you said, but like I think that it's not that the house is burnt down and the mailbox still exists. It's they're having a
hostages
breakup.
inside.
Everybody, no, like it's just it is what it is. It's a divorce, and it happens all the time. They can be amicable or they can be really gnarly, and she might be unknowingly making it lean towards really gnarly when the two of them could just be like, listen, this
Which
didn't
she
work.
did for Paige last season. She really was like Paige's like
That's true.
like what's the word, like conscious stream of conscious person. I don't think she was as gnarly to Craig though. We didn't really see much of Craig,
Right.
but I think Sierra's had it with Kyle.
But I don't think she did. I think it could have gone that way. But like even now, unless they're faking it for press,
I mean, maybe.
when you see Kyle and Amanda talking, they say like, no, we talk all the time.
Yeah.
When she needs help with something in her apartment, she'll call me and we'll chat about stuff. I actually do think, and trust me, it's not easy to do this. Shane and I have done this.
Yeah.
But I do think because they do genuinely love each other, that they will be able to uncouple in a not incredibly toxic way. I think that I'm betting on the fact that it won't be some disaster fire, dumpster fire of a
I'd hope
public
so.
divorce.
Time will tell.
yeah. I don't know. I just in the clips that I've been seeing as they've been doing press, they
Well-
don't seem so like contentious.
Okay,
with
so
one
to go
another.
back though, like that scene with Sierra and Jesse, I had a thought actually. So remember like last season or maybe even the season before when Jesse's first season, I feel like Kyle like really didn't like Jesse right off the bat because he kept making comments about like Amanda's cans.
Yeah.
And I think one of the components why Kyle snapped at Jesse, he was like, dude, you're the worst mediator ever. I think he actually is like slightly threatened by Jesse. A little bit.
I could see that.
So it's like Ben plus Jesse. And then when he saw them in bed with Jesse, he's like, oh, this. Like, I just think that Kyle might actually not really love Jesse.
Which could totally track because like Jesse, with the exception of Lexi, like Jesse hit on Sierra all day long, and like Sierra was West's girl, or by like that was so like why are you hitting on girls that a dude is already like, and West like in
he's
the
like
fucking-
Sally.
Oh,
He has
he's so
no-
sad.
totally
Get together.
Oh, bro, that's such a good idea.
Sally, if you're watching.
Yeah,
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's like
that's an original
Two-
take that the three of us just came up with here too.
But it's like, with batteries, like the positive and
Yeah.
or magnets, the
They
positive
don't
and the
mix.
positive, they
Yeah.
repel.
Yeah.
It would be
They
too
repel.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, so then now it's, we're packing up the cars. We're heading back to the city. We get back for the week. We see KJ skate. We see Ben water his plant.
We saw KJ skate.
He did an
Like-
ollie.
Yeah, and like couldn't even like I
has an
listen.
off
I'm
day.
not. Maybe, but it
Fit
seems
was
like
fire though. He had a cool fit.
he.
I liked his
went.
outfit.
Oh yeah. It was whatever. If
Okay,
you're
well-
a skater kid out there, you're like that dude's a pro skater.
Then
Maybe
you-
10 years ago.
You felt about watching KJ skate as I felt about watching Ben water his plant. Like, why are we just having a moment of Ben watering his
Well,
plant?
the plant was kind of like maybe he is a virgin.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he's so cute. I'll watch him do anything.
I mean, yeah.
but and then we meet up with Lindsay and Sierra,
Uh-huh.
and they're kikiing a little bit as Amanda enters the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, it's lovely to hear about how cute Gemma's doing, and
Yeah.
that Lindsay and her
Turner broke
ex-boyfriend. Yeah, Turner, they're officially done, and they've been able to like have a good parental relationship. All of that, 10 out of 10. Very happy for Lindsay. I think even whether you like Lindsay or you don't like Lindsay or anyone on these TV shows, like I'm just always rooting for the divorce to not affect the kids. And it seems like they're really doing a great job. Yeah. Love that her vintage Bob is back, but it goes so quickly to Kyle. It's like in every conversation.
I wasn't mad at it.
No, me either at all. I was just noting that like all roads lead to Kyle and Amanda.
Yeah.
At least in the 2 episodes we've seen.
One, I thought it was so interesting because you know how they always have these like big reveal scenes at the end of the season?
Yeah.
More recently. This was episode 2, and I feel like a bomb was dropped with like the fan comment. It just felt very early to have these types of end of season type conversations that they historically have had. And then they use obviously they do this for marketing purposes, but they used it in like the commercial to make it seem like it was going to happen towards the end, but it was episode 2. So I just felt like it was like a funny.
I wonder if they did that because they announced the separation.
Maybe.
So like, why bury the lead?
But I thought that was just going to happen towards the end, but we're getting it right out of the gate.
You know what else though? So they filmed the first season of In the City after last season of Summer House, correct?
Oh, I thought it was this most recent season.
The one we're watching?
The one we're watching. I thought it was this
His
most recent fall.
Producer Natalie. Dude, we got.
I thought it was the same as what
Yeah,
you're saying.
so
Like
it's
they
gonna-
film this and then they go into.
It's going to be
In
right
the
on the
City.
coattails of the end of the season.
Like I think they're gonna. This is my hope. Remember when
I
they
thought
went
it
from
was last
BH?
year because Paige left last season. So I think it was after last season. Paige left. They went and did the city, which means that whole story is happening before this one that we're watching. Hey,
I hope not.
Maybe. Like chronologically.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wouldn't make any sense. Because why would Kyle come back?
They would get more buzz from the fighting and the divorce.
They had filmed some things, I think. Probably just test stuff.
Well, regardless, I hope Danielle doesn't come back.
That's what I think. Johnny Smiles was making a joke about it.
I did see Johnny Smiles say that.
Yeah.
Someone actually made a great comment about Kyle falling asleep at the fan's apartment, and they were like, "Listen, he should not be doing this. Like, as a married man, do your job, go home. You're out too late, too drunk, whatever." However, historically speaking, Kyle gets hammered and falls asleep everywhere. He will fall asleep on a cactus if he's drunk enough. And I feel like we've seen him do that. So I actually do think he fell asleep at a fan's house and just fell asleep there. Like, I don't think he.
It just doesn't help
up,
that
but
he's
it's still inappropriate.
had so many cheating rumors, though.
It
doesn't
doesn't
help him.
help.
Yeah.
But in defense of Kyle, I
Yeah.
actually
No,
think
for
this
sure.
is the one time that like, no, you probably didn't cheat. You still were an idiot and shouldn't have done it.
You were just blackout drunk and you fell asleep.
Correct.
Yeah. Could see that happening. Oh, see? So it was just a couple months ago.
Wait, what is? That's when
They filmed it right after this season of Summer House.
Wow. Those editors are fast, but not as quick as ours.
Yes. Thank you, producer Natalie. So just for everyone to be clear, if you can't hear Nat, we're filming Summer House in summer of 2025. And then we roll into In the City of September of 2025. And what I was going to say is I hope they do the same thing that they did for, remember with BH, they went straight into an episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills into the first episode of Vanderpump.
Yes.
And I hope we get that throwback
That would be a
of going
great
from Summer House to
full
In the
circle
City.
moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
So it's,
Please.
but I also like, because I was like, why are we packing up and leaving 15 minutes in? And we're going to spend 10 minutes of this show in the city. So I feel like we're going to get a lot more of those in the city
maybe.
moments
Yeah.
throughout the season that just shepherd us into
Because
that
that's the
new
only
show.
way they can weave Lindsay into
Which
the
also
storyline.
feels very reminiscent of older Summer House. Like we got more moments of them being in the city throughout when they weren't in the Hamptons. So it feels very full circle.
I'm not mad at it though. I love this show so much, and I do think they do a great job with like the casting and the editing and all that stuff. Of course, there's always things you can find like flaws in, but I so far I love this show, and I'm loving this season.
Same.
We then roll into getting to know Bailey, getting to know all about her. I like her it girl thing. I like that she wants to hype up chicks. I think she seems incredibly authentic and sweet and smart. I like that she's telling us about like how with her ex-boyfriend, he was always kind of like shitting on her, saying, it's not a real job, what you were talking about before, or no, maybe you had mentioned it where she's paid for vacations and the rent's paid. And I like that she's just she came to play. She's telling you about her life. And that's what I want for my reality TV peeps.
Yeah, I cry about it all the time. Like, why don't I want to see more about their job. But I'm obsessed with work. And so like, I just want to see people's job and what they're doing.
Well, you said on Southern Charm, I think it was the most recent episode, like we're not seeing any of their like work lives. We just found out Vanita has a talent agency. I feel like Summer House, you've said this even the last episode, they're not following the typical Bravo formula as we've been getting recently, which is why the show stands out so strongly on its own. And I'm happy that we're seeing Bailey's job because I feel like she seems very confident in what she does. She seems to be very articulate. She seems to be very passionate about what she does. And a hustler. And she seems very down to earth. And like Paige was in fashion, but she wasn't down to earth. Like
totally.
She, you know,
Paige is on Panic.
And she owned it. She was very like, no, I'm shallow, I'm vapid, like I love clothes. And like Bailey seems just to have a more humble head on her shoulders, which I love to see.
Totally. And again, I always say this, like I live for Paige.
I
but
live
Paige
for Paige.
lives on Planet Paige,
Yes.
which I love. I can't wait to
She's
visit
in there with Bethany Frankel. We've talked, They live on their own little planets.
Yep.
Sometimes they commingle,
Yep.
but they're not on the same one as us.
Yes, and I love it and never stop.
I like to take trips there.
Yes, 100%. We then go over to Carl's place. He's been living in Brooklyn, really loving it. Good for you, Carl. I think, isn't Soft Bar in Brooklyn?
Yes.
I feel like that all of this makes a lot of sense.
I think he has said before he lives very close to Soft Bar.
Yeah.
Like in Greenpoint.
Carl seems to, from the introduction we're getting of him this season and like what has been happening in his off season, because these are my sports.
Same.
Thank
you.
you.
Super Bowl, Mike.
That's right. These are our Super Bowls.
We used to tell Natalie the opposite of that. She just watches Housewives all the time, and she'd be like, "You got to watch." I'm like, "No, I don't care." And then I would get up and watch SportsCenter and all my sports shows, and she'd be like, "This is the dumbest shit ever." I'm like, "These are my housewives. It's the same shit. They're complaining about not catching the ball. I don't run that fast. I got to throw harder. I don't make that much money. Oh, you said this in the thing in the locker room. Is it all the same
And
shit?"
Wes Wilson does both.
Exactly.
Which, and, you know, I wanted, oh God, we're having so much fun. I hesitate to say this, but I was thinking about this.
You love West?
Doing
You heard it here first.
When we were doing Southern Charm the other day, because it got a little spicy. And I was wondering if this could help you. I feel like I've said this before, but it bears repeating. Like, I do look at this as like, these are my sports teams, right? And so I know if I'm watching sports, specifically because I dated a professional athlete, I know the majority of these guys are cheating on their wives. I know the majority of these guys, they 100% are. The divorce rate in the MLB is like 98%. They're not getting divorced because they're happy.
All I know is
They
I was
also
meant to
have
be
the
a
most
wag.
players.
Okay, what'd you say?
I was meant to be a wag.
Hopes are high can still happen, okay? After a heated rivalry, so many people are coming out, okay? But my point is that these people are having unsavory behavior, but I'm still able to like watch the show and enjoy it. Just like a lot of athletes are maybe not doing the most stand up citizen stuff, and you're able to enjoy the sport. So maybe if you put that little sports hat on.
No, bad analogy. And I'll tell you what. Because
In reference to Craig, do you think?
No, just in reference to any of it, where it's like,
well, listen,
just don't focus
that's a
on
valid
the fact.
point, because the only things that make me crazy and grumpy and irritable and like ruin whole episodes apparently are Craig and Jax. Craig and Jax, like those are the two people that, and Jax I hate. Like there's no sugarcoat. I hate that dude.
You do?
Oh, I was like, what?
That was good.
I
was like, are you joking?
Like that dude, I straight up hate. I think he's all the most horrible things. Craig, I know it seems like I hate Craig. I don't care about Craig. Like I'm never gonna.
Natalie just rolled her eyes.
So hard.
Producer Natalie.
She's putting on headphones.
Nobody defends Jax, right? There's nobody that's like, well, you don't understand, and he really has these amazing qualities. Like I was having a conversation on the comments, and I wrote it out as it occurred to me. I was like, wait, Craig, I don't hate Craig. I just get so bothered when everyone's like, he's a stand-up guy. Look at how great he is. I'm like, is he though? Because his whole storyline has been that he's a liar, right? And that's not me saying that. That is the story I've been told. I've watched this show since the jump, and the story they are telling me about Craig is that he is not the most honest person in multiple instances, right? So like with Jax, I think he's a monster, and he makes me crazy. It's literally why we have wine. With Craig, it's a whole. I feel like Austin and Shep and Whitney that are like, no, he's full of shit. And where Whitney and Shep have finally been like, I'm tapping out. I can't do this anymore. Austin's still a rabid dog with a bone that's like, no, you have to know about this. You guys are all being fooled. And he's making him crazy. Like that's how I don't like Austin, but I relate to him in that sense. So the difference is these are shows about real people doing real things, right? Like, so the baseball player, I'm watching baseball. I'm watching football. I don't care about your real life. I don't care what you do when you leave the stadium. Maybe I should, like,
but I just remember,
but like, it's the Michael Jackson, like, it's all these singers. Like, I'm not going to stop listening to Michael Jackson. I'm pretty sure he did some crazy shit, but like, there's a lot of artists and athletes and people that I'm tuning in for this specific thing, and what you do in your real life, unfortunately, has no bearing on how good you throw a football or catch a football or run or hit a baseball. Craig, I'm watching to see Craig be a good guy. I'm watching to see Jax not chuck a table at his wife. You know, like, I'm watching these people's lives. That's, like you said, it's a sport. The sport is. This is a real person, and I'm watching your real life.
Fair points. I just think sometimes you get angry at the show as well.
I get angry at that when it's to me so obvious that like we're being fed a load of shit.
And I just and my thought was just like, just have some fun.
No,
do you feel that way about Summer House at all? At times, because remember Natalie hated Kyle.
Yeah, she still does. She's
does,
always
okay.
hated Kyle.
Like,
I don't think Summer
yet
House.
she'll have fun.
Yeah.
I don't think
And summer should be fun.
I don't think Summer House is. So my thing with Summer House is like, is Natalie sings with Craig. Like, it's shiny and glossy, so I'm going to throw a lot of stuff under the rug. Summer House is my fantasy fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like, I want us all to leave here tonight and go to a place and spend the whole week there and have the time of our lives, because I know we would. Like, that to me is a dream vacation. I used to go every year with a group of friends. We would get the same cabin in Big Bear right on the lake. It had a dock. We would all show up on a long weekend on a Thursday and go get a boat, and like a little John's boat, little fishing boat, bring it over, rent it for the week. We'd go fish. We'd get wasted. It's to me the most amazing vacation you can have. I'd much rather be on vacation with my friends. When we would go to Palm Springs, I was like, this is...
Never had a bad time.
Yeah, never had a bad time. I much rather would sit at home and make dinner and chat. We would puzzle all the time. We were puzzle champions.
God. We realized it was so much more fun to actually never leave the house, because we used to go to dinners.
Totally.
And it was even more fun to just stay at the house.
Yeah. And Natalie's like guts are rolling right now because all Natalie wants to do is be at the club. But like I just want to sit and have conversations for 3 hours and puzzle and eat food and make food and get up in the morning and hang out by the pool and go play golf or whatever and puzzle some more. Like,
I don't know if you'd survive in the Hamptons.
Well, I would. I
If
just
you was at a
wouldn't
house
need
with me,
to
'cause
go
we would
out.
just be doing that stuff.
Exactly.
Well, me and Natalie will be at Surf Lodge.
Yeah, love it. So like this show for me is complete fantasy fulfillment. And I don't, like Timmy brought up last week, a good point is like these people get stuck in a house. It's summer camp.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happens at summer camp. Your best friends instantly. They can't escape anywhere. And so it does become like you dealt with all this shit during the week and now we're going to throw you in a room and you got to talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas all these other shows, The Valley, Southern Charm recently, they're growing out of what they are. You know, the stars are getting too big. These stars can get as big as they want. They're still going to go rent
They'll
this
never burn out
$18 million mansion in the Hamptons, no matter how rich they are. So like that is what we're watching for. So this show hasn't yet put me in that mood. But
well,
give it time. I'm sure it will.
I can still play ball on many of the Bravo shows and enjoy myself. But back at the ranch.
I just don't like feeling stupid. I don't like feeling stupid, and I don't like it when someone's like, "Oh, he won't
make you feel
he
stupid.
won't notice. They won't notice. Just give him this dumb shit." And then I'm like, "That's when because that's my thing. and that happens in any time at life.
No,
at
totally.
Work, people like just stupid makes me turn into
Mark After Dark.
Mark After Dark, full blown.
Okay, so when we are back in Brooklyn and Kyle and Carl are chatting, obviously, about all the problems he's having with Amanda, I just need to, before we start, Carl having a Mackenzie child teapot is just, thank you.
His whole apartment looked. I
The
would
fact
live.
that Mike
I would live
doesn't-
there.
Right. And again, I love you, Carl. As
I
soon
love
as
you.
you come out, I'm gonna be your biggest stan and best friend. And by the way,
We'll go to the Abbey.
together forever. And I for some reason just really do think that at least
At the very least.
yes. And
Well, so there were some interesting points in this conversation. The first one
Yes.
that stood out to me. Well, maybe I'll move to Charleston. Dude, I was like, are you joking me,
Could
Carl?
you imagine Carl on Southern Charm?
No.
no, I don't want to. I actually
TV
think that
would
could
be
threaten
off.
I think that could threaten his sobriety.
I think that would threaten his sobriety. I think I would not want to watch that show.
Yeah, it would
No.
be so weird.
What are they going to do? Go get their nails done together?
No.
He would be
That's not-
the new Craig of the sense of like he would just get bullied.
I would be so worried for him
incessantly.
because
Same.
he's
That
so
is not-
passive.
Yeah.
And
like
they're
putting
just a
a-
different animal.
It would be like putting like a saltwater fish in fresh water.
Correct.
Like you're just
Or
gonna kill
in a
this poor
piranha
animal.
bowl.
Right. But I also thought what was nice, not nice, because this is where I feel really badly for Kyle, because you could say a lot of things about him and not like him, but one thing you got to give it up about him give it up to him for, is that he's a very hard worker. Kyle is incredibly
Yeah, I
passionate
agree.
about his company, and hearing that he has had a very bad year at Loverboy, my heart goes out to him. I own my own business. I've had good years. I've had bad years. And it's that line from Jerry Maguire. It is a pride swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about. And unless you've owned your own company and your name's on the front door and shit gets on a shingle and you're up there cleaning it off because you can't afford to hire someone to clean it off. You need to keep everything looking good, even though funds are low and debts are high. It is so stressful. It is a stress that never leaves you, because when someone else is responsible for your direct deposit, okay, I might hate my boss, I might not really like my job, but the check clears every 2 weeks, and that's a good thing. When it's you and you realize, oh my God, the only way for us to stay afloat is for me to not pay myself, and you know that you are the first person there, the last person to leave, and then you've taken on another gig to make ends meet. That's a lot.
That's my life right now.
I get it.
I really empathize with him. It's really stressful. And I can imagine how much strain that would be put on their relationship.
Totally.
Because Amanda doesn't have her other job is the Hamptons.
Yeah.
As far as we know. I mean, she does do a lot of brand campaigns. She's been doing some influencer stuff, but
Does she still do the bikini thing?
that we don't know. I don't think they did another drop.
Yep.
Okay. Nat says she does. I haven't seen a ton
I'm
from
sure
her
they're-
in that regard, but I'm sure she's working on another
Yeah.
drop or something. But like, again, like I have friends that are influencers. It is a full-time job, not discrediting their work, but like, she doesn't really have the weight of that Kyle
right.
does.
Because Kyle has employees, Kyle has
correct.
overhead,
Yep.
Kyle has
Investors.
warehousing fees and
Yep.
all and
distributors he has to pay.
insurance. Like
Hundreds
Amanda,
of families rely on Kyle.
yes. And with Amanda, like yes, being an influencer and a content creator is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But you don't have
As big of an impact if you fail.
you're not paying insurance for other people's health insurance. Like Amanda's paying her own health insurance. If she doesn't get the campaign, that's a bummer.
She'll
but
get another one.
She doesn't have payroll to make that week. And so hearing that he's had to do a cash injection from his own pocket of $500K, it's a lot. And
Which is
heart broke for
probably
him.
like his entire season salary.
It's
Like just gone like that.
And he did say that's why I've been DJing, which now makes more sense to me, right? But the bottom line is when we got to the end of this scene, you just can, when he said like, listen, we're not in dire straits or anything, like we're gonna make it through this. I'm just thinking to myself, oh my God, Kyle, you have no idea what's going on in your relationship, because you two are so speaking different languages that you don't even realize she's telling you, oh, hey, I'm about 4 seconds away from filing for a legal separation. And he's thinking, oh, it's just a rough spot. We'll get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm right until further notice. I'm stuck on who started this, and like not in the like, well, you started it. Just in the example that I proposed earlier is like when you've been together for a long time with anybody, and you're now in a fight that seems unrepairable or past the fixing point. It's usually stems from something happened, it didn't get fixed, and then things have just resentment, because then this person, it's just a back and forth. It starts with little dumb things that are meaningless and completely fixable, and then it turns into, I asked him to stop doing this, and he doesn't know how to tell her. Like the best thing that I heard him say, whatever you got to do, bro, was that me going out used to be an expense. Now it's a revenue, or now I get paid for it. Yeah. Like that I was like, okay, smart. That's a good move. You got rid of an expense and turned it into a revenue stream. That's smart business. But do you have to be there at 5? Like I heard the story of like, oh, my friend's husband is a DJ. He does his set, he'll do an hour mingle, and he's back home with the kids. Yeah. Cool, man. Do your job and go home. Like I get that you've, secured this thing, and somebody else, I think Mandy J, was talking about how, same thing I think Natalie said, is like, it's a way to promote the drink and promote the beverage. Yeah. And if like that company's going under, or even looks like it is, to the point where you have to stop taking a salary, then like what you start doing is staying up all night thinking, okay, now what? What can I do? Okay, I won't take salary. What else can I? You know what? If I was in the club, I can DJ. I know how to DJ. Then I can get the drinks more, and then you just start thinking about those things.
And he's hosting a lot of like last season, and I assume probably this season, he's hosting a lot of like watch parties and stuff, right, which will bring more people in, more people to buy the drink. So like, yeah, I agree with you. Like it is a smart business move.
But that it's said, weird though, that his wife doesn't know why he's doing all these things.
Two truths.
Yeah.
That could be the case.
Yes.
There's a
and
new
he
one
could be
now.
just railing Coke and wanting to hang out until 3 a.m. in the morning and
not want to
go home, and just doesn't know when the party's over.
Yeah, and like I think about, Shane has his coffee company, and his
Delish
Jolene Coffee. And one of his partners is Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And these guys are massive global rock stars. Mm-hmm. They will go to an event, they will play the concert, give it all they got, do whatever, of course, like contractually, if they have meet and greets and stuff like that. So they're making sure to service their fans and their audience. And then they go home because they have families and things to do and whatever. And it's like, Kyle, you can do that even when you have a big business and a bit, like, exactly to Mike's point. It's you go, you do your job, of course, shake hands, hold babies, do whatever you got to do, and then go home. And I can tell you who started the fight, Mike. When Kyle cheated on Amanda, it was because he went out, he got too drunk, he was out too late, and he cheated on her. And she has forgiven him for it, and she gets triggered every time he's out and she can't get a hold of him. Every time he comes home and he's blacked out and he doesn't remember what happened. So the only two things she said is, can you please just curtail that behavior? And he hasn't done it. And now I think
it's been too long for me to give. I'm not giving her a pat. Like, yes, you're right. But like you were 2 years into that relationship. Like that's not a long time to be with someone. Cut ties, give him the ultimate. You forgave him. You got engaged to him. You got married however many years later. You stayed married. You let your parents invest in his business. Like, I don't know about that.
Prenup.
Yeah, like that's
No. I'm not saying that that's like a valid thing today. You said, I'm trying to figure out who started it. How did it start? I'm telling you, that's where the chasm, that's where the
Kyle's
divide
more
started.
At fault.
No, I think the break in their relationship that started this back and forth that now Mike was saying that then caused this, and now they're mad. You left the refrigerator door open, and then it's this, and it has nothing to do with any of that. It's because there was this original sin.
Yeah,
that was the original sin.
Correct.
To me, that is it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, yes, she chose to forgive him. Yes, she chose to get married to him. Yes, she chose to have her parents invest in his company. I'm saying that's the original sin.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I don't disagree. I think my thing is more, it's a thing that happens that never gets resolved. And in my opinion, that got resolved. Maybe not completely, but that's on her then.
But see, that's the thing. And fine, that can be on her. I'm not talking about who's right or who's wrong. I'm thinking, I don't think it ever got fully healed. Like, you know, when you have a break, you break your ankle or whatever, and it never fully heals right. I think that never fully healed right with them. And it just festers from that place. I really do think that, because if you think of all of the big fights that they get in, and when she would spin out, it was all.
Yeah, totally. But
It's
I
the
think
same thing over and over.
But in my brain, that's her now. Then it's her. Like, it's gonna sound so shitty. Whatever. That's her fault at this point. Like, Kyle cheated. Cool. That's like, we kind of knew what we were getting into here. Like you said, all the girls told her. It wasn't a secret. She was a side piece in the beginning. So like,
They're both culpable.
Yeah, they're both culpable. He was just being Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if that's, and I don't disagree that could have been the catalyst, that could have been the thing. But again, in my analogy, it's a thing that happens that never gets resolved. It never gets talked about, and someone just sits and stews with this thing that apparently got resolved. They had a full conversation. He apologized profusely. They said they love each other. He said he would never do it again. She accepted that apology. Whether she did in real life or not, I think as you're saying, like, oh, Kyle was the catalyst to these problems, I would say if that's the scenario we're going with, which I could totally go with, I'm not putting that on. That's on her.
I do agree with you.
But here's the thing. I think the inciting incident was the cheating. Yes, she decided to forgive him. I think that, and I'm not saying that one person's right and one person's wrong. I'm just saying, like, these are the series of events as I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got her saying, I'm going to forgive you, but I need you to fix these two things. I think he's done that in fits and starts. And I think when he does drink less, I think when he does, come home, or they're out together and they come home together at like a good time, or she wants to party that night, I think then they can have these small periods of time where they are getting really close. And it's like, yes, this is what I've always wanted. And this makes me so happy, but that's not who Kyle is. Yeah. And so it's only a matter of time before he has to like be free to be me
and explode
and go out and do all his stuff. And Amanda is a homebody. Yeah. Amanda does want to sit on the couch with her dogs and get stoned, and they're just never the twain shall meet.
Now that you said it, wasn't last year like a little mini storyline that Kyle would come home at 12:30,
yep, and
it was like she was like, oh my God, and he was like, I'm trying,
and
babe.
it was the best summer they had.
The best.
Yeah.
But it's like you're asking a cat to be a dog, and he just can't be that way. So yes, when he acts that way, she forgave him about the cheating, and then when he does the thing that the two things she's been asking, they are getting along better, but he's not being who he really is. And then he gets resentful towards her.
And says, well, I want you to party more. I want you to be more outgoing. Yeah.
And then I think when he then explodes from that place, it's even worse because he's been bottling up who he really is.
Yeah.
And now we're heading back out to the Hamptons. It's the freaking weekend again. And we've got new furniture in the backyard. It's always exciting. Isn't it so funny? Like even as a viewer, but I could imagine for them, like how excited you get over the smallest little change.
Wait, hang on. We also didn't acknowledge the door works.
That's right. Totally.
The door works,
yes.
Which has been a paid actor this entire time.
That's hilarious. But you know what, dude, this just popped into my head. So last year they had the best summer ever, Kyle and Amanda, right? And this year, not so much. But last year I clocked something when they pulled up at one of the episodes, and because we were talking about like, are Kyle and Amanda going to make it work? How does she feel? Is she out on him? And there was a moment when they pulled up, Kyle said a dumb joke, like a super dumb dad joke, and she laughed. And it was such a cute, genuine laugh that I was like, no, that's a thing. Remember that?
Yes,
I was like,
they're going to go bang after this.
Yeah, there's a thing. She's falling back in love with him.
Yeah.
Furniture thing was the exact opposite when he was like, are these just outdoor furniture? And she's like, I didn't read the
Shut up, Kyle.
Tag Kyle.
Yeah.
Exact opposite.
That's right. Because now everything's a jab.
Yeah.
Now everything is just f- you.
Yeah.
Because It's not even about what it's about anymore. I'm so mad from
That's
10
what I'm
years
saying.
of
That
shit.
that's the thing of like it's not even about what it's about anymore because there's just exactly what you said. You said it so much better. There's 10 years of and I don't even remember what it is, but it's there and I'm mad about it.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
But so we've got them bickering, right? Which is, thank God they're separated and getting divorced, and we know it because I think it actually makes it easier to watch. We feel more. I feel
agree.
more settled knowing that these two people are very quickly going to be out of this situation because it's so toxic for both
If
of
I
them.
didn't, I would feel like, oh, here we are
same.
again. Like,
Same.
I can't do this again. But knowing what we know now, I'm not mad at it
That's
as
right.
much.
Like I know we're getting a healthy resolution for both of them.
Yeah, and we're seeing such different, like you said, it feels different. Carl said it. Like
totally
this type
does.
of fighting and this type of animosity is unlike any season we've seen of them fighting.
That's right.
So I'm like, the toxic part of me is like, let's see it.
Yeah. And I can happily like dive into it because I know that they're in a better place and whatever.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. They keep weaving new people into the season because they're trying to build next summer
Yeah.
and get us familiarized with all of these new people. So it's not just like putting in a whole
They're getting
new
the oldies
cast.
out.
Correct. Because
Putting
they're
them
going
out
to
to
have
pasture.
to. Yeah. But we get a new gal, Mia.
Love Mia.
Me too. She shows up with Sierra and God, does she seem sweet.
So sweet.
Did you
Well-
get any vibe check on her, Mike?
just that the one that I normally get like you don't belong here. You're too good for this type of job and this cast and like whatever. Do you remember who was her name?
Maya.
Oh my God.
I love
Maya was my favorite summer house
Want
cast
her
member.
back
Yeah.
So bad.
So bad.
I
And her
actually would have been jazzed
cookies.
if they brought her back.
Yeah.
Do you
No shade to
remember
Mia.
when Andrea and her, this is my
Yeah,
favorite moment of this whole thing,
Yes.
in the kitchen, and she's like,
Yes.
oh, did your Nona teach you how to cook? And he's like, my Nona can't cook. And she's like, you can't say that. Like she was genuinely offended and like saying,
And that was
like,
right after they like made up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
She
And I
was the
thought their
absolute
makeup
best.
also was so, I loved Andrea.
Well,
like was so
That
authentic.
moment was so amazing for Bravo, but for that show as a whole.
Totally.
Because she brought attention to something that was under the rug for years.
Okay, so that's actually what my next note is because this is when they come outside and they start chatting with everybody and we hear, okay, great, these two cuties are going to cook dinner and everyone's like,
Yeah.
Sierra's going to cook something.
No, that was shocking to me.
Shocking, but
Yeah.
here for it. But I love the moment that we get to next where Sierra is
And
talking
KJ.
with KJ.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this and I'm like, this is why representation matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important, first of all, for people of all colors, shapes, sizes, ages, sexual orientations to be able to look on television and be like, that's me. I get that. Like, even when I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last week, Kyle and Mauricio had so many, like, it was tough for me to watch. And Shane
Same.
and I weren't married for 30 years. But like when I watched her go through, it'll make me emotional. Like just go through the house that they lived in, and they were so
I
happy.
cried
that
too.
I cried
I
with
cried.
her, and it also hits so close to home because what they're trying to do is very hard. Stay, family, and also uncouple. And he's out having his relationships, and she's out having her relationships, and just remembering those times of when it was so good and we were this family. People like me who, even though like I said, wasn't married to Shane for 30 years, I had a deep and loving, long relationship with him. And I could really relate to that. Yeah. And so I could imagine the millions of people watching Sierra talk about like how her mom is and why she likes her hair braided as opposed to not braided. And, and then get emotional about it and see this guy. Like, I can't tell you how much how excited I get when I see a straight dude on television tell a woman, don't apologize for crying, or tell another guy, don't apologize for being emotional. And he's done it twice this season. Yeah. And I'm so obsessed with this kid already because he's got a cool energy. I like that he's showing his emotional side. I like that he's giving permission for other people to do it. And I just like that we're watching people have conversations that I think matter. And it's also why this is why I love these shows. Because this is the real stuff. Yeah. And I like that Sierra's letting herself get soft and be more emotional. Somebody's in happy. And it's working.
Well, she's on Prozac. Amen.
Yep.
Maybe she's been going to soft bar. A little softer.
Whatever she's doing, it's working. And I also really like watching West clock their conversation because it shows you care, boo.
You care.
Got a crush.
You are aware of like spatial, emotional. You're aware of the energy in the room.
Yep.
And I think he's like happy that they're fostering a connection.
Yep.
He doesn't feel threatened by it at all. That conversation that it actually made me cry.
Same.
Because I mean, the Black experience is not the same as the Asian American experience, but I grew up in a very, very white area.
Yeah.
I think in my graduating class of high school, I think there were like maybe 30 Asians out of like 1,000 kids. And we were all either mostly like half Asian or like just very whitewashed. And I always just felt so small, like for a lot of my like earlier life. And then once I actually moved out to like LA proper, because I'm from like the greater LA area, but once I actually moved to LA, I started seeing people that looked like me, that had very similar experiences to me. And it really matters. And I didn't realize how much it mattered until I talked to somebody that had that same experience.
Yep.
So for Sierra to like open up about that, it like opened like the emotional can of worms that I thought I've like processed. And it shows that I have some more work to do, but it just was really touching. And I'm really happy that she seems to be, one, happier, and two, from the jump, she's had problems with her mom.
Yeah.
And I love the moment where she just goes like, I've just accepted my mom. I've accepted her neuroses and her shortcomings, wanting to keep us safe. And now we have such a better relationship.
Yeah.
And that is how me and my mom are now. So I also just feel like so grateful to watch that on television. It's making me emotional too. So I just loved it. That's why I love this show. It doesn't feel fake at all.
Yeah.
100%. And I also am super happy for Sierra that she's decided like, I want to be lighter for me,
For her.
for the relationships in my life, and just also how I'm like meeting and engaging in every day.
And I think there was an aspect of that where she was kind of like hinting at like her relationship with West.
Me too. Yeah, totally.
Like,
I
it
agree.
felt very much like I need to be at peace with myself and like find some softness for myself, which can then like transcend my other relationships. And I think she really was referring to.
Yes. And sorry, I'm so excited. I'm
Her
talking my mic
future
over.
fiance.
Yeah.
Well, was
correct.
it this episode or the first one where she was like, I'm going into this season or this summer. Like she didn't say less, like
She said less bitchy.
less
It was
bitchy, or
less-
I was
literally
like
said
less
less
hate,
bitchy.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
just so to see her make that acknowledgement,
Yes.
and then the next episode you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not f***ing around with that.
Well,
You were being dead serious.
And this is what
I
I,
have a
say
comment.
all the time. This is what I want for my characters. I want to see growth.
Yeah.
Like, look at how much growth we've seen Lindsay have. Look at how much growth we've seen Sierra have. I feel like Amanda is having growth, and I think we're going to see her have even more growth just even by realizing, okay, I gave it a go. I married someone who I deeply loved, but love wasn't enough, and we now are, divorced, and now I've got this new journey to go on. Like, I'm so excited for this season because I feel like people are choosing. Like, look at Carl. Look at the f***ing growth that Carl's had. I feel
They're
like
choosing themselves.
They're choosing mental health,
Yeah.
themselves, all this stuff that's like buzzwords and could seem
Yeah,
so corny,
but
but
it's
it works
true.
and it's sexy on them.
Yeah.
Dude, so I'm giving this credit to Lexi, because this was my whole realization. Like, I work in TV and we have PAs. They're younger kids and they get younger every day. But they've changed. Like, there's something different about like this younger under 20 generation. It's a different vibe. It's a different type of communication. We've talked about it endlessly on this channel. But with next gen, New York, Lexi, the season 6 Love Island kids, and some of the season 7 kids, not so much, but like, there's just a different way of speaking to each other. And I think that like, I kind of grew up in the like, fucking dudes don't talk about shit. And then there was the kids who grew up in the like internet age who got railed all day long. And I think now there's a group of kids that are like, yeah, no, I don't want to, I'm going to talk about my shit. I'm not going to bully people. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it to you, and we're going to have a conversation, and we're going to fix it. And if we can't fix it, that's fine. We're going to go our separate ways. There's just such a maturity to this younger generation that I find just like, I keep saying the kids are going to save the earth or save us all.
So.
Yeah, dude, I think it's going to happen.
For you.
But Lexi came last summer, and now everyone's on their healing journey and focused on themselves. Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
I feel like,
and the way she
I
took
will give her that.
Totally.
Jesse down last year, like our favorite moment was when she ripped his sunglasses off and was like,
the best.
"No, sir, I'm talking.
Yep.
This is a real conversation."
She
Yes.
demanded respect.
Yes,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
and it,
Yeah,
and
I
it was
think-
in a polite, respectful, grown up, mature way that
Healed.
it was,
it was
just
a healed
like,
person
whoa.
communicating. She
Yeah.
wasn't trying to take him down. She wasn't throwing pot shots.
Wasn't trying to belittle him.
Yeah.
Wasn't trying to patronize him. Just like, I want you to respect me, and I'll respect you.
Yep.
Listen, by the third breakup, maybe she was doing a little bit of that, but we're not going to talk about this.
No, and also nobody's perfect.
And
And I do think
I'm not
Baby
going back to
steps.
Toegate.
No, me either. And I also do think how she handled herself like postseason in all of her interviews. I feel like she always kept it classy.
Somebody, I can't remember who it was,
disagree.
but somebody,
really?
somebody in the comments
Maybe it
was
was me.
like, it wasn't, it was, who was it?
Johnny Smiles?
No, but I think one of the regulars that was like, Lexi was like, go watch her after the show press tour was not super
I agreed
great.
with
good.
Sierra at the reunion when she said, "You came for me in your press tour."
Oh, I forgot the Sierra stuff. I was thinking
Yeah.
about the Jessie
Oh,
stuff.
she fully went for Sierra's throat.
Yes, she just didn't. The reason also, you're completely correct. You're completely correct. You're completely correct. I also forgot about it because she didn't do it in a way that was like, and she was an asshole, and she didn't,
Yeah,
it was
she was very
like,
polite,
She was very polite about
but
it,
it
so I
was
forgot.
shady.
Yes,
It was shady
was.
boots.
It was. You know, something happened at the end of this scene that kind of leads us into the dinner scene. So feel free to talk about all of it at once. When at the end of when they were sitting outside, they dropped that bomb, and this is where Kyle just keeps putting
Digging his own grave.
Thank you. You said it better than I could. When they talk about how, oh yeah, because Kyle was so hammered, and basically like the club asked him to leave, and
And the new girl had to help drag him to his bed.
Correct.
That's so
And
embarrassing.
Amanda didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
And this is the pattern, right? So like he still, at this point in real time, he has not had a conversation with his wife about his faux pas last weekend, about talking about their issues publicly with all of these people, one of which he doesn't know from Adam. And listen, I love KJ, and he seems like an amazing, trustworthy guy that's going to give you great advice. And clearly he's here for him because he told him he was. But like, he hasn't even apologized to Amanda for that and spoken about it with her. And so now
He doesn't feel like he needs to.
but he doesn't feel like he wants to,
Yeah.
right? Because it is him having to eat crow again, and he's tired of doing that, because I think he feels in the relationship he's always in the wrong, and he's tired of being the bad guy and in the wrong.
Which is why he's like moping around, like, I'm so tired of this energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what's messed up is that you're digging your own grave, bro, because now here's another example of what she's talking about, and you left that out of what happened when she wasn't there, when she went home and went to bed, and now she's hearing about it from these guys. And you know, it's sweet that West is like, you know, but to be fair, we've all done this. And she's like, right, but you're not married, and your wife doesn't have a problem with that behavior. So then when we get to the dinner and Kyle goes to apologize, as I'm watching him publicly apologize, I'm thinking to myself, you don't even realize why this is a bad step, bro, because you haven't had this conversation with her. If you had the conversation with her first and you guys rectified this privately, and then you want to publicly apologize for doing her dirty, that's a lovely gesture. But the
And
fact
that's
that
what you should be doing.
correct, but the fact that you thought you could sidestep apologizing directly to her by doing it publicly, that's where you got yourself in hot water. And 3 seconds after he starts his apology, Amanda says it, and I was glad she said
and she's
it.
like, I gotta go. What confuses me sometimes about what's going on right now is that like her nonverbal, like going up to him like at the dinner scene where they're at the club outside, like behind him being all cute. She's like patting his butt, like being all cute, but then be like, what is he saying about me? And then in that scene where she's like, are you married, West? Her like foot's on him. So I just get confused. Like her nonverbal being like all cutesy and like wifey is not matching with what she's saying about him or
Well,
to him.
I think that's a few things. One, they've been together for 10
Yeah,
years. And
I
I
know.
think like that is a little hard to break,
Sure.
right? Like even after Shane and I broke
Just
up.
as a viewer, it's confusing.
Totally. But I'll just tell you, like, even after Shane and I broke up, we were together for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So like not kissing and not even with tongue. I just mean like coming home and like pecking someone on the
cheek,
lips.
yeah.
No, on the lips,
love.
right? Like that was a weird habit to break.
Okay.
It felt strange because for almost 10 years,
It was your default.
that's just what
Yeah,
we did, right?
okay.
Or just like for him to like tap me on the tush was just what he did. But
Yeah.
we aren't together like that anymore. So you have to not do those things anymore.
Got it.
So I think there's that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that learned behavior. And I also think Amanda, even though she's checked out, it's like, I would imagine if you're an athlete, right? And the game is really, like I heard, wasn't this Super Bowl like a big blowout? Like didn't one team really?
It just no, it sucked. It was the dumbest game.
But like, okay, I'm just saying, like, if the score is 45-12, like the game's over.
Yeah.
Like this team is
Tap
winning,
out.
right? But you're still on the field and you're still
Yeah.
getting paid to do this. So like,
Okay, so
you're
she may be
still
putting on a
gonna
little bit of a
run the
show.
play.
You think?
No, I think it's just like she's still in her marriage, so she's gonna make some effort. I don't think she's totally completely checked out. I think it's like, okay, like let's try to have fun tonight. Let's see if there's something to salvage this weekend. But it just goes wrong so quickly. They're just at the end of the relationship. It's
Okay.
that,
I mean,
that's what
I've not
think.
been in a relationship that long like you and Shane have to comment on that. I can imagine there's definitely an element to it. I just, for me, it does for me feel like she's putting on a little bit of a show with it.
Maybe.
Just because she's so strongly saying how over it she is. For me, if I was saying what she's saying, don't touch me. Don't look at me. Like, I don't want you in my bubble. So like, that's just me. I don't
Yeah.
know. But like,
she does seem like the love is gone.
the love does feel gone. So like, why would you be like being all
Yeah.
cutesy? I don't know. It just feels weird.
I think it's truly just, and again, I could be fully wrong on this.
Yeah.
Projection disclaimer, I guess. Like this is how I would be acting in this situation, where it's like, okay, we had a really bad week. Let's just try to have fun. But she's so up to the top that it's
Yeah.
like, if one drop of water goes in her cup, everything's spilling over. So even
Okay.
though she's trying to just like, let's see if there's anything here to have a good time this weekend, the wind blows in a different direction and everything's falling to pieces.
Sure. And she's right back at that moment where
And
he
she's just
cheated on
pissed
her.
and it's like,
Yeah.
right, well, I tried, but
Yeah.
I can't do it because you're an asshole. Like the fuse is so much shorter, where I
Okay.
think every other summer she's given him such a longer runway to fuck up and for her to still kind of come back and give him another chance and whatever. Now she's like, you got one shot. You got half a shot.
Okay. That's valid.
That's just my guess.
Yeah. I can see that.
Anybody else got anything to add about the dinner?
Are we at the dinner? We're at the dinner,
Yeah.
right? I go back to Sierra's not helping. Sierra's not helping.
That's the
I
vision.
love her so
had.
much,
No,
but
no, I
she's
get it.
not.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, so this is a point that I wanted to make. Sierra feels, while she feels very positive and light, in relation to Kyle, she feels very like emboldened to like kind of step up to him in a way that she's never before. Even the first scene of her like driving up being like, I'm here for Amanda Batula, not Kyle Cooke. Like it just feels like she is picking a fight that's not hers to fight.
Yes.
And I think what's happening with Sierra and Amanda right now, this is a little bit of an off topic, but I think Paige leaving might have been the best thing for them. I
Sierra
say
and
that.
Amanda?
I say that because they both feel like I feel like Paige not being there, they're now having to bring it.
Oh, yes, for the show.
Like, for the
them on
show, like-
I thought you meant for their relationship.
No. Like they're still obviously friends with her, but like for the show, I feel like they've kind of also been like Paige's side characters almost.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's been Paige's show, and now that she's not on the show, I feel like Sierra feels happier, but then also with Kyle, like much meaner and more aggressive because Paige isn't there to do it.
That's right.
And then Amanda feels the exact same way. Paige isn't there to have her big one that she has every season with Kyle. And so now Amanda just feels to me way more confident to just go into these fights with Kyle on her own.
I completely agree.
And that's why I feel like at that dinner, she was just like, dude, shut up.
I will say, in the vein of what you just were talking about with Sierra, and like I always say, I f***ing stan her.
Yeah.
But every time Kyle comes in the room, she will guffaw,
Antagonize him.
eye roll.
Yeah.
She will have a very loud sigh.
Yeah.
Or she'll just out and out be like, come on, Kyle.
Yeah.
It is every single scene. I mean,
It's
this
getting
guy,
uncomfortable, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like this guy could walk in to just like
Yeah.
not talk to anybody and get a cup of coffee, and she'd be like,
Yeah.
"This guy again, drinking all the coffee."
Yeah.
And so I am a little taken aback by it because it's partially not her fight to fight. I do like that she has her girls back, but I do clock it every time it happens where I'm just like, just turn the volume down a little bit on it because
Yeah.
I know you got your girls back and I love that, but like.
Yeah.
Like we talk about it often, and I think I might have said it last year, that like whenever the whole like, Amanda and Sierra are Paige's rider, those are her girls, they're her besties, I'm always like, no, they're her friends. Hannah's her bestie.
Yeah.
Hannah is her
1,000%,
lifeblood. Like
yeah.
there is a whole different situation going on with Paige and Hannah than there is Paige and anybody else on planet Earth, right? Maybe sans mom and dad, but like that's you and that. But you just saying like, oh, they're her castmates or like her
Her sidekick.
her sidekicks on the show is like, no, that's totally true.
Yeah.
So I think that now that she's out of the picture,
It's like their time to shine.
it's their time to not only shine, but their time from a relationship standpoint to maybe realize, wait, we were Paige's sidekicks, and like we weren't the best of. And I'm not trying to like put a wedge in their friendship or anything. And I think you had said something about Hannah and
Amanda was on
said she would
an interview
talk to Hannah or like
on
hang
Watch
out
What
or
Happens
whatever.
Live, and Andy Cohen said, do you think there will be any reconciling with Hannah Berner? And she said, I'm really open to it.
Yeah. So like that could happen, but I think that these two will realize how good of friends, how bestie quality they can get without Paige there.
I agree,
Like
because
in real life.
I think Paige brought them together.
Yeah.
And I think that Paige was the glue.
Yeah.
And now that she's not there, they're just going to get closer. They're going to get stronger.
Yeah.
And I do actually think, like, I'm following all of them on Instagram. They're always at dinner together, all three of them,
Right.
or the two of them, or two.
Paige, Amanda, and Sierra.
And they were both on a Daphne photo shoot the other day for Paige's brand.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
I'm
the
thinking,
three of them
like-
are not friends.
Yeah, no, they're
there's
just maybe not as
something
close as
different than,
I think probably Paige was like, yeah, you're my friends.
Yeah, totally.
And then they're like, oh, we're your best friends, right? And
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, sure.
Totally.
I actually don't think it's that. I think it's more like there are some relationships that it's just like, I remember when I met Jake, we met and we've never not been like
Attached
he's
at
my
the hip?
left
Yeah,
hand,
yeah.
I'm his right hand. We are from another lifetime. There is just a connection there that is so incredibly deep. And so when we're hanging out with like our other group of best friends, I love all of them just as much. It's not that I don't. Jake and I just have a shorthand. We have an understanding. It feels just a little bit different, but that doesn't negate how close I am with other people, the other people in that group. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I think maybe Paige and Sierra just have that Paige and Hannah have that kismety past life thing. And all of them are still genuinely best friends. It's just like, but that's my sister from another, not even mister, from another lifetime.
Yeah. No, for sure. I see that.
Yeah.
I can see this season being the Sierra and Amanda season.
And I'm so thrilled for them.
I'm so thrilled
I'm
for
so
them.
excited to watch it. I hope it doesn't let us down.
Yeah, well, because Amanda was always known as like Kyle's booty call. And then she was Kyle's wife. And this is one of the storylines, I think, 2 seasons ago when she was like, I want to start a bikini line. I don't want to be known as just Kyle's wife. And I think now we've established that she is Amanda Batula, which I'm very happy for. and he is Mr. Amanda Batula.
Same,
Do you
same,
think
same.
anyone ever called her Amanda Boobtula in high school?
If they
wow.
haven't,
Probably.
that is a
Yeah.
missed opportunity.
By the way,
Sure.
she should have a T-shirt that just says "Boob Tula."
Boob Tula.
on it.
I tried to buy her T-shirt. It had like 2 cherries on the boobs.
Right.
Yes, it was
Sold out in 10 seconds.
That was a cute T-shirt.
So cute.
Yeah.
I also really love Mia. To go back to the
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that.
Yes.
I like Mia. So I'm a Cancer. All of my best friends and anyone that I've like ever like been in love with, Capricorn, like Sierra and West.
Love a Capricorn.
They're like we're like a good duo. Like
Yeah.
we're opposites. Like my best friend since 4th grade, Capricorn. Like she's exactly like Sierra. She's very much like, I'll be like, oh, like, do you think I should start that? No. Do you think no? And then I'll be like, and she's kind of like become softer as we've gotten older and I've gotten harder.
Yeah.
So I love their friendship. I'm excited to see that friendship. Do you have any predictions as to who Mia might, like, if she's not
Really
with
jive with in the
jive with
house?
outside of Sierra? Do you have any
I
predictions? Do you think?
wonder if it'll be the new girls because
Probably, yeah.
there's I don't know. I didn't. I feel like we didn't get enough of her for me to.
Sure. Get a vibe.
Mia's not the girl that West maybe hooks up with or
No,
has
that's
hooked.
Dasha,
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think her
the
name
other-
is.
Yeah,
It looks like her and KJ are gonna be friendly.
yeah, that's right.
So I'm thinking maybe Mia
That'd
will
be
just
fun.
be like a fun little. I don't know. I want to see more of her. She seems really
Me too.
cute.
Is she back for more?
Like, is she going to be back on this
Yeah, yeah,
season?
yeah.
Oh, I think
I think
should
she's a
be.
full time cast member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, cool,
But
cool.
I'm with Mike when he goes, when she showed up, I'm like, oh, you're so lovely. Why?
Yeah. Why are you
Yeah.
here?
Is this the right address?
Yeah, there's always one that I'm like, you shouldn't be here.
I just have to tell you that because I too love a Capricorn. I love a Capricorn man. And
Same.
3 guys that
Like,
I
be
have
mean to me.
dated that I've been like in love or like would have fallen in love with, 3 all born in the same week.
Me, but just 2 of them.
How great. Yeah, because that's how I feel like
the
astrology
first week of
works.
January.
Same. We are the same person.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, with that, shall we get into the commies?
So just when I thought Shannon Fall and Mary Aika Kent were my new besties,
What happened?
no, we're fine. They made some comments that I was just like,
You disagreed.
I thought we were aligned.
Well, okay, please do tell.
Shannon Fall said, another season and I still hate West's facial hair. And I said, Shannon, I don't want us to get into our first fight.
I'm on team facial hair.
I'm on team facial hair.
Shannon, I'm
Like
sorry, and I love
he
you
looks
too.
so
He looks great. He looks great. He
good.
looks great.
like his first season, he was looking a little bit rough. Second season, I was like, okay, he's looking better. This season, he looks
He looks great. He looks great.
so good. Like if Sierra doesn't like slip and fall into his dick, like
I will.
someone will.
Yeah, yeah.
What will happen then? What happens when West finds a lady friend? It's not Sierra. What is
It's
Sierra?
not going to happen because
It's not going to
Sarah
happen
and
because
West are
did you
getting
see them
together.
at the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were
They're in love.
literally in love.
Listen, that was one of my 3 things. I
I
called
sent
it.
it to you too. That's how much I
Excited.
know that they're in love. Oh, Mary Aika Kent. I made a comment saying, Timmy not liking Paige. Okay, I'll survive. Shots were fired, but I'll live. Timmy. F. Schwartz. Dead. Shots were fired and no one survived.
Yeah,
And Mary said she didn't like Paige.
Mary, you don't like Paige?
So me and Mary were in our first fight.
Oh my God. Do you have any
Just
happy
as
Listen.
quickly as I herded them, I have lost my flock.
Yeah.
You do this long enough, you're gonna get in a
Yeah,
couple
it's
Yeah.
fights.
Bravo. You're
We're
going to
gonna
come
be
back.
getting
You're
some
gonna
fun
come back.
emails.
But it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Zan 55 and I, we had a moment a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, but we're
Yeah.
totally
Feel like
back.
It
you
makes you even
I
closer.
feel like you and
Yeah,
Pat
it
Clark
does.
like had a moment.
No,
No,
never.
was that-
Pat Clark and
Pat,
I
okay,
are
sorry.
thick as
Whoa,
They're
thieves.
sorry.
like-
Whoa,
Yeah,
sorry.
Pat, Miss Chevy, and Nettie.
Was it Nettie?
Well, listen, Nettie likes Craig. That's okay.
Okay. So that's what it was. That's
But
what
it was Nettie. It's
Sorry,
the
not
first
to call
time.
people out.
I would say all the time that me, Nettie, and Miss Chevy were triplets in a past life.
definitely.
Like it was
You were
dead
Hannah
on
Burnham
every
Page's
check,
sorbo, yeah, for
100%.
sure. Okay, Shannon Fall also said, Amanda has been mentally divorced from Kyle since the season she was breaking out and having panic attacks. I knew their relationship was done the second she came back last season all chill, which I echoed that sentiment. If it was because she didn't care anymore. And again, I've said that. Like, I just feel like she has such a different energy this season because the care is gone. And when the care is gone, so is the relationship.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad, but at the same time, it makes me really happy because I think they're both going to thrive in their own respective little bubbles of energy that they should have realized were not compatible years ago.
Couldn't agree more.
And yeah, she was. Do you remember when she was breaking out like crazy? That was. I was like, if that were me, I would have not gone on camera. That's how shallow I am. Maximum Dole said, not getting Paige is like not understanding sarcasm. I could see how she might rub a reality TV producer the wrong way if they don't resonate with introversion, but that is her magic. She turned insults against her coping mechanism into a personal brand. And I just got to say, I agree. I said it earlier. She is Bethany Frankel. Bethany Frankel is her. They've got that magic to them.
Wait, did you not hear me say this on one of the episodes? And Mike and Nat disagreed with me.
Yeah, I did. And
I'm so grateful that you agree.
Yeah,
Now
I agree.
feel like at least one person feels me.
She has the...
She's got the thing.
The joie de vivre. That is
je ne sais
the
quoi.
je ne sais quoi. That is just sorely lacking from television these days. And she
just got
literally
it.
turned laziness into a brand. And
1,000%.
that is my goal in life. I'm taking a page out of Paige's book.
Or just take a page out of
Just
Paige.
take a page out of Paige.
I had that comment also. I loved that.
It was so good. I made a comment about Bailey and Levi, which I'm super excited to see how they are in the house. And I also made a comment that Truth echoed the sentiment. If we don't get Schwartz, a little Schwartz cameo this season,
Oh my God, I would
there
love a
will
Schwartz
be
cameo.
hell to pay.
Wait, do you know my favorite thing about your comments? That you're reading your own comments.
I am reading my own comments.
Yeah, that makes me love you even more. And just when I thought I couldn't love you anymore, I do.
I mean, I'm a fan and I'm here.
I think it's the
And
greatest thing
Truth
ever.
said, I need to go to a snooze fest before I die. And I agree. Speaking truth.
Yes, and maybe our when we do die, our celebrations of life should be snooze fest.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just read Truth.
But
That's okay. She won't yell at you because she's not on.
Okay.
Are you up next, Marky Mark? in the
yeah, I'll
Funky
go.
Bunch?
But you got to go to a snooze fest before you die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so dry
yeah.
it might kill me.
Yeah.
So
Got
good
it.
it might kill me.
If I die there, happy.
She died doing what she loved best.
She
All right. We were curious what Jesse did before. KP in Vegas. Jesse got fired from his finance job and started just being a celeb figure.
I didn't know he got fired.
Yeah, and then there's a couple people that she said he got fired because of Summer House, and then Miss Sugar Shay. Dude, the update. I'm finally getting all those like weird.
It's the worst.
Yeah, no, it's
Ugh.
pretty.
Apple, I'm talking to you.
horrible.
Whoever's doing your updates needs to be death by 1,000 paper cuts. It is the worst update. And if it's true that we need a new charger for the iPhone 18,
Don't like and subscribe. But then, Miss Sugar Shay said, yes, this is true. His firm saw him on Summer House and said he wasn't a good representation.
by
Which
the
I'm
way,
like,
I agree.
The Hamptons is so like finance bro. So he must have really not been doing great.
Last summer, he was not a good representation for humans.
That's
so
true.
I think the finance firm falls under that umbrella.
Pat Clark hit him long and straight, boys. It didn't work out that way, Pat, but we did have fun because we played golf with two of our other buddies that were like our original foursome, and we haven't played golf, the four of us together, and it's been way too long. It's a couple years, legit. We have all like, oh, I play golf with Timmy, or Mitch and I play, or Gavin and Timmy play, but like the four of us together has been many almost 3
Also,
years.
I made a comment saying I'm honored to be in the same room that Timmy has been in.
Yeah.
I love Timmy.
Timmy's the best.
And I love his wife even
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I was lucky enough to work on her one time. I did a facial on her 2 years ago, and I had just started rewatching The Hills a week prior.
That's
Oh my
hilarious.
God.
And it was
You
so
dying.
weird how kismet it worked out. I did her facial, one of the nicest people I've ever met. Saw her a few weeks later, remembered who I was, which I don't ever expect people on television to like remember those interactions. She was the nicest person I've ever met.
No, she's
So
amazing.
I trust Timmy because he knows how to pick them.
yeah,
She seems wonderful. I've never met her. She's
the
seems like a
best.
doll.
she's great.
Wait, can I
Timmy's
just say
a
really
lucky
quickly?
dude.
And Timmy seems great also.
Yeah, he seems great.
Yeah.
I need to the love affair that you have going with Pat Clark
Yes.
means so much to me.
Yeah.
That like I read, like I'm clocking Pat talking to you on the comments and it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I need to be present the first time you guys meet. Like
Dude.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Dude.
that
I'm
might
just
be a
as
past life
invested
thing.
Yeah.
in all of our relationships in the comments
Yes.
So a
as
funny.
we are with the show.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a funny thing. So obviously, you guys know Timmy and Whitney have a very successful YouTube channel, and they did all these recaps, right? And they would do the city and the hills and the whole thing during COVID. And I remember probably a year or two into this new thing that they were doing, Timmy would do premieres, I guess they call it. And it's like you upload the episode at 2:00 on a Thursday, and it's like a live premiere. So you go and watch, but Timmy's in the chat. Like, so Timmy's in there and you can live chat with everybody
Like in the comments?
in the comments.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
But it's like a separate section. It's a live chat. So
I
like
didn't know
you can
that.
go in, you're all
Like
watching
an
together.
uploaded live stream.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it'll be like, 350 people or whatever, 1,000 people
fun.
are watching this video. And then everyone's in the chat just firing off things and talking about the show. And Timmy would be there every freaking Thursday or whatever it was. And one day I just happened to stumble upon 5 minutes in, that thing was going. And I was like, I'm going to check this out. He talks about it all the time. I had the time of my life. Like, it was so amazing. And like jumped in, was talking. Everybody's in there. They all know each other. They don't know me for shit. Timmy's like, everyone say hi to Mike. Brrr, like 1,000. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. How's it going, Mike? And afterwards I texted him. I'm like, dude, that was fun as hell. And he's like, bro, you don't even understand. It was his favorite thing. And he would say the community that he's built and these people, they all know each other. They've had babies. They've gotten married. Like they all talk to each other. And they all talk to Timmy. And Timmy's like, these are like my best friends now. And I was like, that's a little weird,
Wow.
but like, good luck to you. Flash forward 3-4 years later.
These are
And
your
I
best
tell
friends?
him all the time, I'm like, dude, we got Pat Clark. We got Christy Sheeks. We got Truth. We got all these people. Carrie, like, and I totally 100% understand his excitement on that day, his comment. Like, you guys are amazing.
Shannon following me. We're
Yeah.
gonna hang out.
Everybody.
Mary's trying to set me up with her son.
Yeah, no, it's
and
gonna be
you
great.
too can go from fan to chair.
Dude, I told
If you're lucky.
my friend Nick Barry, who does
Scouting.
Truth, we're looking at you.
yeah, no, my
Truth, where do
friend
you live?
Nick Barry.
Not that you have to tell us that. Sorry.
Nick, who does social media on AGT, he goes to Hawaii at the end of the year, every year, because he's smart. Excuse me.
Aloha.
But he came back today, and we were chatting, and I told him, he's like, "How's the channel going?" I'm like, "It's going great." One of our early subs is one of our co-hosts now, and he thought that was the craziest thing
I
ever.
love that.
Yeah,
Honored.
as are we.
As are we. Did you just say that?
I did. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Oh, so cute.
But yeah, it's the whole community is amazing. Nettie, when do people age out of keg antics? Because really, these people look too old to be drinking upside down and such. I was half expecting someone to stroke out and a medic sitch to follow, 100%. But this thing went on this chain, and Eva Flavor said, I remember Vicky Gunvalson doing one when she visited her son while he was in college. And I don't watch Housewives, but I know who this lady is. And that is not a visual that I need in my life.
It was amazing. She went up to Colorado when he was in college. He looked like someone tried to give him an unsolicited prostate exam. Like he was so shocked and unhappy that this was happening. But her, Vicky is a good time in that environment. And she did keg stands and partied with them and picked up the tab.
Well, at least she did that. Christy Sheeks. My oh my, did we never know that this comment could come out of
That was so good.
your fingertips? Chrissy Sheiks, from one of your elderly subscribers, Craig did a wonderful job on the Miracle Grow commercial during Summer House. He's so handsome, and he has a big dong. Da dong, dong, dong. Happy birthday, Courtney. Hope you feel better. I'm still blushing on Craig's behalf. And Christy, that
Dong
one,
house.
Dong house all day. That's
And thank
crazy.
you,
I live
Christy.
there.
So many shout outs to Timmy and Whitney, that like everybody. And I told Timmy, we golfed in front. I was like, did I forget that people know who you are? Like, obviously your wife, they know, but like, I forget that people also know Timmy. And you guys apparently like him. But Ningy Ding, I just found out that the two of my best friends, Mike and Timmy, are best friends. And my mind is blown. Small world.
Hashtag crossover.
Yeah, hashtag crossover.
Ninny Ding had some good comments. I
She
replied
did.
to a few of those.
Yeah, no, she did. Here's another
Yeah.
one. Ningy Ding. I find it very believable that Kyle actually just fell asleep at a fan's house. He's constantly falling asleep all over the summer house after drinking. So I don't think that time was necessarily a cheat, but a man with a wife should not be DJing as often as he is. True.
That's the one that I was brought up. I forgot it was Nikki
Yeah.
that said it. Thank you, Nikki.
I think she also made a comment about Paige, to which I think I respectfully agreed to disagree.
Right.
I think both of my replies
That's how
to her
you
were
do
like,
it.
let's agree to disagree, but you bring up good points.
Yeah. Yeah. So she read, but a man with a wife should not be DJing as often as he is. The two of them are both so passive aggressive with each other. It makes me crazy. I'm really glad that they are finally getting a divorce, even though I used to be rooting for them. Same.
Yeah.
I like them both, but they bring out the worst in each other, and they really do. I think that's kind of what you were saying in the beginning. And then Eva Flavor, the fact that he's always falling asleep proves that he's not doing the other stuff, as was insinuated. If he was, he wouldn't be able to sleep. So funny.
And speaking of Dong House, she's always talking about how small his dong is. So Kyle's.
Oh, for real? That's a bummer.
Do you remember how she's always talking about how small his dong is?
no.
Go back and watch. She's always making little funny jokes about how small Kyle's dong is.
That's just not funny.
So I
Harris.
just feel like, well, not, yeah, right, not funny.
I think she was saying that because
Do you think she's being facetious?
yeah, because she would say and I can't remember if it was last season, the season before, but she was saying how good their sex life is, that every time they
Okay.
have sex, they climax together.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
pretty.
I mean, listen, it's not always about the size of the boat,
No,
most of the
no.
ocean, but
But I think she's very pleased with
Sure,
what's ever there. And
sure.
also I have a theory that I know what every man's genitalia looks like. And I don't think it's that small,
Oh,
but I'm
okay,
going to take a better
okay.
look.
you are very intuitive about a lot of things. So
Thank you.
I'm going to
Wieners being one
agree
of
with
them.
you. Wieners be wienering.
I left out the last line of Eva Flavor, which is the best. At least that's the way it was in the Stone Age when I was going out clubbing. I remember those days. Oriel Thompson. This is a good one. I think this is something Natalie said too. I think Kyle is doing the DJ thing to promote his drink business and continue to build his hype, knowing the show could end. Kyle's drink business started after he was already doing Summer House. He feels his celebrity is tied to the success of the drink business. It feels like a desperate last attempt to me. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm just kind of sad for him too, given how hard he's worked for Loverboy. I've never tried them. One, because they're impossible to get your hands on.
Wait, we have some.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you do
Really?
with the Loverboys? Never
Oh.
mind. That's a lie. But we tried. We did a full taste test early.
I
on.
remember. I
Yeah.
remember watching you guys do the
It
taste
wasn't that
test.
good.
There was one that I did
Okay.
enjoy.
You like
Okay.
the grapefruit one?
No, that was from Craig's. The
Craig who?
The Spritz, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Spritz.
I remember that.
His was I think it was the Arnold Palmer. I think it was
Okay.
the half
Lemon iced
lemonade.
tea.
Oh, the one that he
was
stole from
good.
Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm just not a canned drink
Oh, I
person.
love a seltzer or a can.
I like give me a vodka soda
Okay.
in a glass.
I
Every
love
time,
the Kirkland Costco one.
Oh yeah, I
Those
can't
are
do it.
so
I
good.
always feel like they have a weird aftertaste to me.
They do, but I'm so used to it now.
Oh yeah, and I'm not. I'm very sensitive to it.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah, it just makes me sad. I want to see their brand
No,
succeed.
I do want to see
But
his brand succeed. I think he has
I know
worked
it's
his
really
ass
hard
off.
to scale a beverage brand.
It's hard to scale
Anything,
any
yeah.
brand. I am pulling for him 100%.
I'm totally going to butcher this name, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Fithrian Alistari. Maybe I didn't, but probably did. Clicked on this video to watch a Summer House recap. who is that cutie kitty? So cute. She's the star of the show. And Minnie, she's talking about Minnie, who is
She was
off
here in
tonight.
this one
Yeah,
over
she was
there.
earlier.
She's over there
Huddled
right
up.
now.
Yeah,
was
she
so
found
cute.
out that she's like, wait, I can sleep over here like
I can
Foof
hear
does.
you.
But yeah, that's Minnie. She's a sweetheart.
She's the cutest.
Fishing Gal and I, we're going to have a lot of good combos in our fishing trips that we got planned. Rumor has it that Amanda had moved out way before filming. I think the reason they chose to announce their separation before the season started was in order to do damage control so they don't look so bad during this season. They're already donezo. This all makes sense, which I don't know if that's true, but I'm with you. Like, if they, like I said last week, like if we didn't know they were getting a divorce a week prior, we know now because they're just being awful to each other.
I think she just recently did an ad that I saw on Instagram of like moving is hard or something along the lines of like moving into a new place. So I think like, yeah.
Oh, she's
sounds
definitely
pretty
in a new
done.
place.
She's definitely in a new
100%.
place.
They've talked
like,
about it. Yeah.
Many Adventures of Ashley. And this was in regard to just, we were talking about West and Sierra and how dirty he did her. Also with Sierra, she went to a wedding with West as his date, which again, to me, you only do with someone you are dating seriously, which I think to all of us seems to be.
Meeting the family.
Yeah.
Unless you're
date.
Sally when she was on Southern Hospitality.
Wait, she went to a wedding with someone?
She like wanted Joe Bradley to go to a wedding with her and then cheated on him with Gaston, remember?
No, I've never seen Southern.
Oh, you
whatever.
have.
I
It's
didn't
so
like.
good.
I tried, but I didn't like it. But maybe I have to jump back in it.
So earlier you were mentioning how you and Shannon and Mary Aika
I thought we were so close.
you thought you were so close, and I kind of have this same thing with one of our commenters who's turned co-host named Harris. Andrea, is it honorable mention? Bro, I don't even want to
your
hear.
list. And I'm obsessed with you, but I cannot.
No, dude, no. Just no. That's all I got to say.
No.
All right. Great being here. Thanks for having me.
Listen, there's an edit button on there if you want.
Hey.
It looks
If
like
you
you
wanna go
already
back.
did one time, and he's
What
still
did I-
down
what
on
did-
the.
Who did I say?
No, but you gotta give the.
So hottest summer house guy ranking per Harris. Number 1, Weslington Conrad. I don't even know who that is.
West.
That's his full name.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Well, actually, I won't
I
because
will. I knew it
Andrea
was.
is number 1.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So number 2, Carl. Number 3, KJ. Number 4, Ben. Don't come for me. Nobody's going to, except that hair. Number 5, Jesse. And number 6, Kyle. He is handsome, but his temper tantrums have secured him bottom of the pyramid. And then the balls. Honorable mentions, Schwartz, Andrea, Imrul, Chris, Alex, Luke, and Corey.
Sorry, I should have prefaced. Like, these are the guys that are currently on.
Okay.
And then like honorable mentions of other hot dudes that have either been cameoed or like on another.
Because categorically
season.
speaking,
that,
Andrea is the
He's-
hottest man to have ever been on Summer House.
See, I'm
Like
gonna
there's
disagree
not,
with that,
there's Andrea,
actually.
and then there's honorable
then there's-
mentions.
that's right.
A
That's-
bunch
thank
of
you, Mike.
honorable
Thank you.
mentions. So I told him like you could list the honorable mentions. Andrea,
And a distant
then,
second is Luke. Luke is gorgeous.
I think Luke technically would be number 1 for me.
Really? See, he kind of like definitely handsome felt, but his like
His personality.
kind of put
Like
him
Andrea
like down
with
on the list.
coffee and the
dude.
bitch every morning. Like, come on
Yeah.
and come on.
See-
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Easy, Christy
I was
Sheets.
just gonna say, Chrissy, you know what I'm talking about.
But anyways, we'll see if that gets edited later.
Sometimes it's nice to have different opinions.
This is true. Sometimes, not all the
We don't
time.
know anything about
different
that.
flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting real weird.
Build Indy, Timmy, and you didn't even advertise him? Oh my God.
That was
I
cute.
forget that I have to. Next time. Okay, Johnny, he did answer my question. The Summer in the City spinoff is going to be great. How many 25-year-olds is Danielle going to run through? Can't wait. To which I was like, wait, what? Danielle's on this show? I don't want it ruined already.
That's
But he
why you
said he's
also have
not
to watch
sure.
Southern Hospitality because her and Joe Bradley had a little.
Joe Bradley. I
There's
like
two
Joe.
Joe Bradleys. There's another. Isn't there a
The
Joe Bradley
Southern
on?
Hospitality Joe Bradley is way better, and I don't even watch that other show.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
Do you
Sorry,
watch
you gotta
Below
watch.
Deck though?
I don't. I did just watch the Salt Lake City episode though when they were on. So and I really liked it.
You gotta watch Below Deck's one of the best.
I just grew up on a sailboat and I still have seasickness. So I just anytime I'm watching anything on a boat, I don't know if it's like I just get seasick.
crazy.
Triggering.
Our comment, like we used to watch it, or we tried to watch it a bunch of times, and then a few different versions. And I would always be like, I used to have a sailboat, and I didn't get seasick. I was fine, but I was like, the show gives me cabin fever. Like it's the same thing every week, and it kind of gets on my nerves.
seasick.
But this is what's so surprising
Watching
to me about it, because you love the we're all locked in one place thing.
That's true.
Like the cameras are there, that Big Brother style of filming. So it's so surprising to me.
Well, with Summer House, like they go out to dinner, they go out to the club, but
they
they
go
go
out
come
to
back
dinner
to the house.
on Below Deck.
Yeah.
I maybe didn't watch enough, or the right one, like the friendship aspect.
I'm
Always
gonna find
is
a good.
big
Remember, you
thing.
weren't watching Summer House, and I was like, "Oh, you gotta do yourself a
Also-
favor and watch it." And now it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. I'm gonna
really
find the
is.
right season for you to start.
Also, Below Deck does feel a lot like Vanderpump or Southern Hospital. Like they're working. Whereas Summer House, they're just hanging out partying.
They are.
And there's such an element of the guests. Like the guests are
Yeah.
always so shitty.
You never
Not
know what you're
always,
gonna get with them.
But then most of the time they're just so shitty to the
Yeah.
staff that I'm like, it gives me that Jax Craig thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't act
Stupid.
that way to people.
Yeah.
Like this is ridiculous.
I love that. I love all of them.
Yeah.
Well, if you give Southern Hospitality a chance, I will give Below Deck another chance.
And I'll go
We
golfing.
see each other. Remember?
Yeah.
Linda Champney. Natalie, I so get it. My husband rides a lot and is on Strava. Dude has ridden 700 miles plus a month during nice weather. And the outfits, oh my God. Wait till Mike gets the overall kind. I
No.
just can't. Oh, Mike has the overall kind. Yeah, I told her, I was like,
Wait till he
I
gets it,
got
too
all
late.
the thing. But 700 miles
Like
a
it's
month,
in-
like you guys don't even have like that is.
That's crazy.
That's so amazing and so like that is so much riding. That's how I told him, I'm like, this guy's now my hero. She wrote back, we've been married for a long time, so I give him grace. LOL. I'm glad he has found something he loves to do. Plus, he fixed the whole house steam humidifier and saved us $3,500. This winter's been hard, concrete like ice all over. Hopefully it melts sometime next week. He says the trainer in the garage is not the same, and I believe it because it's not. The trainer's way harder, and you don't get to go anywhere. There was a post on during COVID where like everybody was doing like the Soul Cycle thing, but they were doing it outside, and somebody made a picture of the Soul Cycles outside, and they were like, I feel like these people are so close to realizing how much fun they could possibly be having because they finally got outside to ride their bikes. So yeah, he's right. The trainer sucks.
I love a Soul Cycle. I love it.
I'm not a
But I
cyclist.
faked an injury in high school so that I didn't have to run the mile.
That's not, that seems
you
totally normal.
couldn't pay me $1 million to
So I
start
played,
running.
yeah, I played soccer in high school.
You couldn't.
And our coach would make us run cross country that's the semester before to get ready for soccer. And I was like, I hate you. But I had to run cross country.
I will be
And
waiting
it
at
was
Carl's beautiful
horrible.
apartment.
What is cross country?
Nothing. It's running in the
Outside,
dirt
like in
and
the
shit.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's
just
just,
not on a
more
track.
trail running
Okay,
than
that's what I thought,
running in the street. That's what I thought it was,
Oh.
but it's running through a park is basically
I'm happy
what it
for
is.
Carl. He's found something to
Yeah.
Same.
keep his mind
Whatever.
healthy and body healthy,
Same.
and
Running is a
you
meditation.
just won't ever catch me doing it with him.
No, never.
or with anyone else.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm only running if there's a sport being played and I'm playing it. Shannon Fall, hot take. I would love a season where Wes shows up serious about Ciara and is like, I made a huge mistake. Implement Operation Get Ciara Back. And yeah, I think
would love
everyone here
nothing
is
more.
so here for this.
And then I said, "You've heard of Party of Shorts. Now let me introduce you to
Hashtag
Get Sierra Back."
That's it.
Yes.
That
Yes.
should be our new
That's
our
our this
new
season
hashtag.
thing.
Yes.
Trinity 1111 or 1111. I've dated both, and Mike is correct 100. Runners are worse than cyclists. LOL. But I didn't really need another reason to not like Carl. That's fine. Edited to add, I also found the cycling community amazingly kind to me, a non-pro cyclist. Huge plus in my opinion. And you're right. That's because we're better.
Oh my God. The first time Shane went to a Soul Cycle class, he came home and he is like, that is ridiculous. I am never going to something like that again. He's like, I believe at one point the instructor said, don't throw a wet towel on your dreams. Because, they're like very motivational in those.
horrible.
And I was like, yeah, that's not. But we have a Peloton and he insisted on getting it. And he goes in fits and starts and he sometimes rides it and he does love it.
Yeah, no, I do. I unfortunately, because of work, that's with my bike. Like it'll be 2 months where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ride every day of my life, and then work will happen, and 2 months will go by where I'm like, oh, I have a bike. Oh, that's cool.
Do you remember did you watch Sex and the City, and Just Like that, when Big died on a Peloton?
And then their stock plummeted.
Yeah, and their stock plummeted.
Yeah.
So funny.
Oh, that's funny. Do you know the Segway, the original Segway?
Yeah,
Like
the
the
guy
thing
who
that-
invented the Segway died
died
on a
doing
Segway.
like
Oh my
Segway.
God.
He died doing what he
Yeah.
does best.
Snooze fest.
Crazy. All right, I'm gonna leave this one for last because it's so good and it's in honor of Natalie because she's the one that found it. Well, it's not to honor her. She just brought it up to me and I was like, that's so amazing. And it's such a great comment. So, Ningy Ding, can we talk about how happy and fit Carl is looking? He's absolutely glowing and seems ready to have a fun season. I'm so happy for him. He is such a good person. To which I replied, yeah, but the running. Runners, man. And everyone agreed with
He
him.
does look like a little too.
Okay.
I want
Like too skinny?
It's a dude.
Well,
It's a
so
dude runner
I-
thing.
I
Dude,
know, I
when
thought
dudes
he was
run, they
so
just
hot.
look
Like
crazy.
season 3, 4, 5. He had
He's never done it for me.
really.
I have never, and I love him. I think he's a great
used
person.
to
I've just
be
never
like
been
he had a
accepted.
cute butt. Like he had like meat on. Like I don't know. I just was like,
Whenever they do the
For
flashbacks,
me,
like
for
from
me.
early seasons, I'm always like, oh, Carl was pretty hot
Yeah.
in the early days.
and I never paid attention to his teeth. Now I'm paying more attention to his teeth.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Carrie Peacock, Carrie Peacock's husband might be taking one of our jobs. Just FYI, our jobs, our hobbies. Carrie Peacock, my husband, he's done this a few times, that she said, where he's come in and just been like, hey, that's a thing. And then the next episode, we're like, did you guys notice that thing? And she's like, my husband said that same thing. Carrie Peacock, Mike, my husband said the exact same thing. The second Ben was introduced and my husband saw the reaction Ben and Amanda had when he asked how they met, my husband immediately said, oh, they banged 100%. And Wes telling Sierra that there were animals outside in case she wanted to go see them was actually so sweet. When you see how fast she jumps up to go see them and how excited she is, the way he knew she would like them, even though I hate how he did her dirty, they do have a cute dynamic, and they totally do. And give your husband my email address. All right, I'm gonna end with this one. Hey, Mandy J, this is a legit ass comment right here. Who are the villains? Is it Kyle and Paige or Craig and Amanda? Kyle seems to be getting the villain edit this season for following a new career path and accepting opportunities that take him away from his partner every weekend for months, not being with Amanda, or considering how this affects their relationship. It's perfectly okay for Amanda to express how she feels about this and to say that she is not supportive of it. Last season, Paige followed a new career path and accepted opportunities that would take her away from her partner every weekend for months, and it was Craig who got the villain edit. It was not okay for Craig to express his feelings about it or to ask how he would fit into Paige's new life. Although Craig said he was supportive, the mere thought of him being unsupportive made him the villain. It's natural for Sierra and Amanda to be on Paige's side because they are her friends. And Sierra will be on Amanda's side this season because she's Amanda's friend. I just wonder if they see the parallels and if it makes them rethink how they view the Craig and Paige split.
Nat just scoffed.
Natalie's
Well-
disagreeing, but she's not on.
I know.
Oh.
I agree with
Oh.
all of that.
Oh, I was.
That was the comment of the week. And there's like 400,000 comments on it.
Nat said that was the comment of the week.
That's why I read it, to
Wow.
honor, because she was like, when she read it, and I was like, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
But they won't get it.
No, they won't
Those
get it.
girls are, I'm so done with these girls. Like, grow up.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to take some responsibility.
Yeah, no, 100%. More importantly, though, my response was probably just Craig.
I mean,
probably just Craig,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Nicole Lee said Sierra was asked on, this is also in honor of Natalie because she was asking this question last episode we did. Sierra was asked on the show in her early season about her boobs. She says they are au naturel. So there you go. Now, I know. Wow, Bethany. Wow.
Wow, Beth.
Annie Herman. Boy-yoing. Johnny Smiles for the win. Ben picking Amanda up by the waist. Excellent foreshadowing.
All day.
All day, every day. Return of Chocolate Jesus, great name, said, after watching this one ep, it does seem a little sus. I know Amanda and Kyle always act like they hate each other and are openly hostile, but this is, in all caps, different. I think they had to know that they would be breaking up or already did to be able to be that comfortable airing this level of dysfunction. I feel like in the past they were hostile, but it's still committed, but this is yikes level. And yes, but the only reason I think Amanda knew when Kyle was sitting at Carl's apartment and he's like, but we're fine. Like, it's not like we're in, this bad place. It's just, things aren't good. And I'm like, none of that makes sense. How do you not know?
Carl knew.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's Chocolate Jesus who I was like, oh my God, that's the best name ever.
Yeah.
And then changed it back to the Return of Chocolate Jesus, which
Nice work.
so amazing.
For so many reasons.
Yeah.
C.S. Peterson wrote, the thing about Kyle is that he complains about Amanda not spending time with him, while in the same breath, he says he was gone for weeks partying in other cities away from her. Dude, you can't have it both ways. He wants to have his cake and eat it too when it comes to partying and Amanda. Well, now he's just got his partying, so the universe decided that for him.
We talked about Carl saying, I thought about moving to Charleston and what a disaster it would be for him to be on Southern Charm. What if Kyle was on Southern Charm?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a lot of fire, but I'm here for it.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Would that make Southern Charm more palatable for you, do you think?
Listen, Southern Charm is my second favorite of these shows. Again, the Craig thing is its own thing, right? When I'm like, nope, that's not what the story's telling any of us. So it makes me wonky when people are like, oh, I love this guy. And it's fine. You can have your opinions. But again, with Southern Charm, I think they've lost the cast. They've lost control of the cast. They're too famous. They're too powerful. Doing other things. Now it comes the time where they start to spoon feed you bullshit because the cast is unwilling to participate in the show. So again, once I feel like you're trying to trick me, then I'm going to freak out.
Well, to bring it back to the football references, I love when they trade players. So I would love to see like a Summer House go on to Southern Charm. I just don't want it to be Carl.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right place for
I
him.
think that
and or maybe even vice versa. Like you've said, Vanita should go be on Summer House, right? Like
in the city.
Or in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Now, also things have not aged well for her. So someone we really love, Harris, said, I need to sip Meteor wine at Surf Lodge with Barry. And I said, who doesn't? Oh, how funny. Speak of the devil. Speak of the Meteor. Meteor Wine said, lest we forget, summer should be fun. This is hallowed ground, so let's try to stay positive. Admittedly, Kyle and Amanda's splitting is a downer, but come on. Are we surprised? It's easy to dump this all on Kyle, but this is a classic situation of them both checking out. If there's anything I've learned from 2 marriages, it's that the most basic needs for a woman feeling safe, for a man feeling adored, yes, even more than sex, are not being met. Respect dissolves, then intimacy and poof. So we have to suffer through this and hope that the scenes on Cooper's Beach and the parties make up for it. And of course, there is Sierra. I would build a palace for her. And I want to say, I too would build a palace for Sierra and her real breasts and great personality and perfect midsection.
She's Barry's Huda.
Dude, I was
She's
going
my
to say,
Huda.
so
Yeah, she's Barry's
here's the
Huda.
thing though. The story ends up fine with Sierra. I got my ass handed to me on that one.
You really
Dang.
picked
It was
the wrong
the wrong palace.
first draft pick
Palace
there.
inhabitant.
I got jumped the gun on that one.
I
Okay.
love knowing that Barry could just like throw a stone and then Amanda and Kyle could be like, what's that?
Yeah, totally. Okay, you're going to have to high pitch woo it and you're doing your thing because I am closing it out with Truth for Peace for Freedom.
That was for Johnny because I've
That was good.
Woo woo.
been obsessed with jazz trumpet lately. Minnie,
First
easy there.
impressions of new people.
Only fansing it up in there.
First impressions of new people. KJ is cool. I love a skateboarder. Kudos to Bailey for being vulnerable and crying at dinner. That's real. I love Ben's curls. So do we.
Yeah.
Pretty blue eyes. The casting directors were listening to the audience when they asked, why are all the women so beautiful, but there isn't one male heartthrob? I guess that's changed now. Certainly has. Levi seems like a fun girl. Anyone who dresses up as corn on the cob is cool with me. Old guard. Carl's teeth look a lot better, and I believe his new chompers took his lisp away. A much better fit. He also seems to be very level-headed. What are the odds that Vanita and Southern Charm makes an appearance? I don't think she will, but I'd be interested in that. West really has a top-notch personality, like Snooki level great. Sierra is just as beautiful as ever and fits in with everybody. I'm going to go in with a clean slate with Jesse. I'll keep an open mind. That doesn't mean I forgot about last summer, just that I'm going to not try and focus on it. Kyle and Amanda, yikes. Okay, here's my theory. Everyone falls into one of 4 categories: extreme introvert, extrovert, or extreme extrovert. Amanda is an introvert. She still socializes and has friends, but she re-energizes at home. That's where she's at peace. Someone who's an introvert can only date a person up, down, or the same category. Kyle is an extreme extrovert. He should only date women who are extroverts or extreme extroverts. The only thing shocking about Amanda and Kyle's relationship is that it has lasted 10 years. They were never a true fit. You heard it here first.
Truth be speaking, the truth.
For peace, for freedom.
For peace, for freedom. And I said it in the last episode that we did, but it probably won't come out for a few more days. But Stephen Wilson Jr. Truth.
Oh yeah, she did say
Oh,
that he's
loves.
so good.
Loves.
Yeah.
Loves,
And
yeah.
like, oh
I
my
saw
God.
that
I
comment.
sent her
So
another
good.
video. And then I think Fishing Gal, you were going to check him out. What's the report? But yeah, Stephen Wilson Jr., if you haven't heard of him,
when I drive home.
well, be careful because
Okay.
you'll start crying. I told her, she was like, I made a comment and she replied. I sent her a YouTube video. There's a channel called Live from the Print Shop. And it's just musical guests. They do interviews and then play a set. And that's the thing that I saw first. And it's some of the best hour and a half you'll ever watch.
What's it called? Print Shop
Live
interviews?
from the Print Shop.
Oh, I really botched that.
Yeah, it's
Live
a channel.
on YouTube.
On YouTube,
Live from the
yeah.
Print Shop. Oh, okay.
I'll send you the link of the
thank
video. But she was like, oh, he writes the best song. And he's like, she was very proud of him because he's also a really nice, seemingly nice dude and a good head on his shoulders. But she was like, I'm so proud that he's out there writing music that's making people feel. And I'm like, dude, it's been 2 months and I still put on songs in this. I remember I came out that when I was like, I've been crying for 2 hours listening to this guy. That was 2 months ago. And still to this day, I'll be like, Dick, dude, what are you doing? It's still like, it just gets you right in the jobbies.
I get
Well,
it.
I'm
It's
excited to
so
see
good.
West allow everybody help cry, and
Yeah.
it's good to cry.
It is.
Dude,
I
wait till
love it.
KJ
I
and
love
West
it.
start crying.
Sometimes I schedule time just to cry.
You don't do that, but
I do.
oh, hello,
Like I know
Fruit.
I've had it. It's been too much.
Yeah.
I'm filled up, and I just
Like,
need
let
a
me block
night at
an
home.
hour.
Yeah, let's have a glass of wine, put
Yeah.
on some songs, and I just need to have a release
Love.
because I am not cooking this shit.
And you haven't heard Cinderella? Don't know what you got till it's gone.
I have no idea. Send me a link for that, and
Best.
send me
I'm gonna
the
send it
Stephen
right
Wilson
now.
Jr. Print Shop, whatever.
I got
love
over
it.
a girl with that song once.
Because I forgot to say it at the top. If you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, hype, and tell a friend, please. We are just trying to really get to that 3,000 subs mark.
We're so close.
we are
are
close,
so
and you guys have been
close.
doing so good. We've got like 100 subscribers.
We
in the
are
last
so
week.
back.
Yeah,
And we
totally.
are so close.
Guys, thank you. Sometimes I take a break from looking because I don't want to be so, I just want to come and do it for the love of the game. So look at all these sports analogies we're using, or sports talk.
We're so heated, rivalry coded.
heated rivalry. I'm coming to the cottage. Well, we'll be back next week. Come to our cottage.
In the Hamptons.
Ah,
Dude,
I
those-
want to go to the cottage in the Hamptons and Nantucket.
No,
Desperate.
itchy grass.
I would love to go to Nantucket.
Okay, let's
No,
go.
itchy grass.
Well,
And
they
I
have
need to go
invite
to
us.
the Shua.
Well, obviously.
I need to go to the
It's
shore.
so freaking great. Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Tits.